Are you feeling it? Are you feeling better today? And unlike young Montana, I will say good evening to you, Niner fans. Unlike him, whoever is his team. Anyway, hey fam, listen. Here's the story. You know what? I have just come to the conclusion that you can't keep the moniker of next man up. It only works so long. Some of these guys got to come back, and then they come back. They've got to be ready to play. I saw two guys out there, the two Dubs, right? J Dub and T Dub. They were not ready to play. Jimmy's out there with the cast. He gets, what did he pulled in the first quarter, second quarter, something like that. Williams was not Trent Williams. We seen him get beat badly. He got beat a couple times, but not badly. But then there was one time he got completely wiped out. I said, Jesus Christ. He's not ready to play, but he came back. It was a noble gesture. But these guys got to get healthy, and the 49ers got to stop losing people. And it gets worse. I got something more to say about that in a moment. But the 49ers versus Chiefs, and as I say, KC annihilates San Francisco. That was just all it was to it. They just handed the 49ers their butt and walked out of the place laughing. You're not going to see him again for You're not going to see him again for years, unless by some stroke of luck. They make it to the Super Bowl, and then we do too. Because at this point now, if we're going to continue losing players, realistically, they got no shot. As a fully loaded team, oh, hell yeah, they got a shot. But right now, it doesn't look good. The Niners versus Chiefs game may have been one of the easiest wins of the year for the Kansas City club. Easiest. That was just too easy. Way too easy. The Chiefs methodically dismantled the Niners in what appeared to be, it was in surgical fashion. They took everything they know the 49ers are capable of doing, and Andy just designed things for it. Offensively, defense, it didn't matter. Coach Andy Reid saw no mysteries in how to destroy the Niners on offense or defense. That game was a bloodbath. The fans at Levi Stadium, they must have thought they were watching a horror movie. There was nothing the Niners could do after the first quarter. They just disintegrated. Just got blasted. And after reviewing the details, the Niners opening quarter of acceptable play, to only be followed by a lot of what looked like mush. I mean, this is, a lot of things they were doing were self-inflicted wounds. There was a lot of what was going on was their fault as well, though. I mean, the Chiefs did a number on them, but a lot of what was happening could have been avoided. We'll go to the phones after we look at some of those things for your take on the matter. How about some more bad news? Hey, listen, you know what? I'm starting to get numb to bad news. Unless I see things all of a sudden straighten out, it is really bad. Coach Shanahan spoke with reporters on a conference call today. And you've already heard, he provided several injury updates from the game. Debo emerged with a hamstring injury, and it's day to day. His annual hamstring is already happening now. You know what? We went a long time. No, did he have this issue 2-3 weeks ago? Anyway, his annual hamstring is going out on him. He'll be day to day. He finished the game, but it was bothering him. Shanahan reported today. But yeah, he reported today as a quote and then a miserable quote. And as reported after the game, Juice, he's having a good season. He's out there making plays. He's getting receptions. He's doing his blocking thing. Juice is becoming an integral part of the offense. What happens when we use him? You saw him on the sideline. The finger gets caught in the face guard of the guy that's trying to take him down. And he's over there. And they're over there on the sidelines trying to get it back together. He came back and played some more after that, though. It just won't stop. So, he broke his finger in the third quarter and had surgery today. Shanahan said about that quote, most likely won't be available this week. Should get him after the bye week. Unmiserable quote. How about some good news? McCaffrey's going to be a difference maker, no doubt about it. And just in time, because if Debo's going to start having hamstring issues, this is perfect timing, ain't it? Because McCaffrey brings a lot of what to the table that Debo does. They just got to get him up to speed. I don't know how. Well, he's a quick learner. The guy's learning curve is just, wow. But dude had barely 2 days to prepare, but never mind that. CMC impressed his new teammates in that miserable loss to the Chiefs. yesterday at Levi's Stadium. CMC finished the day with 22 offensive snaps, carrying the ball 8 times for 38 yards and adding 2 receptions for 24 yards. This is a guy that doesn't know exactly what's going on out there yet. I'm impressed. I can't wait to see what he knows when he does figure out what's going on. After the game, McCaffrey admitted it was a unique experience being traded to another team with a very little time to prepare. He is quoted as saying, "This was a weird week for me and for them. I didn't know what to expect. I know that I had a certain list of plays that were up and for me mentally. This was just focus on everything I can and control, and what I control I can get rolling," unquote. Shanahan explained that they gave McCaffrey a limited amount of plays to help lessen the stress of learning the entire playbook. Thank you, Kyle Shanahan, for that. And coach was pleased with his CMC's first showing, saying, quote, "I thought he did a good job. Impressive that he understood everything we were asking him to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job, coach. Good job." I said, CMC, you know what? I can tell right now you're going to be just balls. You're going to be terribly good. I can see it. He says, "I don't think he made any mistakes in the game, and he made some pretty good plays too," unquote. McCaffrey was on the field primarily in the first half. CMC's 22 snaps were in the second half, but while Mrs. McCaffrey's baby boy was on the field, he showed what he is capable of, both with the ball in his hands and without it. JG helped Christian as much as possible with a crash course during and after practice. And he thought CMC did the best with the amount of preparation he was able to get in such a short amount of time. And JG is further quoted saying, "I thought he did a really good job today. I know some of the plays he had never even heard of before when he was in the huddle, so there was some explaining to do. But I thought he did really well. It was a spark for us for sure," unquote. McCaffrey shared the coaching staff all spent extra time with him prior to the game to help him be as prepared as possible. CMC was hard on himself with personal expectations of success, but also understanding that the least for this game, there were going to be limitations, at least for this game. CMC he'll have a full week to prepare for the Rams Week 8, and everybody in Santa Clara is prepared to help in any way possible. As everybody's pretty pumped up about CMC and knowing what he's going to be capable of doing. If he can play next week and a little more to his what you expect from him, because honestly, I'm concerned about the Rams and with this many people out, guys like Mosley are important. We keep missing extremely important guys to what we do. Now, if Dre Greenlaw's not going to be able to play, and Mosley, you got Jimmy Ward out there, and it was exposed yesterday how much we did need him yesterday. You got Alshar's not even he's not even available right now, right? So you're looking at things that are happening to us now. Dominoes are falling exactly in the wrong place to knock down the whole stack. You know, Eric Armstead, I don't know, is he coming back next week? Probably after the bye week. The nice thing is the Rams don't have a running game. But then again, our secondary is going to get work because like our secondary, unless Verrett's going to play, I can see where they can get exploited by a guy like Stafford. Damn it. Anyway, the Chiefs scored TD after TD on the Niners D that hasn't been seen in years. Meanwhile, the Niners settled for field goals and made way too many mistakes to remain competitive against one of the NFL's better teams. You can't do it. You can't do it, Niners. You cannot make mistakes. You just can't. You might get away with one or two, but you're not going to get away with as many mistakes as you made yesterday. That's just never going to happen. And actually, bad teams are going to beat you, and that showed against the Atlanta Falcons too. Get the act together. The 49ers are not in rhythm. They're not in sync. They're making drops, constantly making drops. No, I'm not saying Jimmy's making great passes all the time. He is at fault too. Make no mistake, and do not start calling me things like that. I was pissed. We're going to actually let Loco Rogue back in. He comes in and calls that name again, though. He will be out. Anyway, making mistakes against one of the NFL's better teams. GK summed it up that the Niners made crucial mistakes in all phases of the game that contributed to the lopsided loss. That was the gospel truth, no doubt about it. Let's look at what pretty much every media reporter card looks like. And I looked through a lot of them, too. I agree with all of them, too. And pretty much they all come up the same way, starting with the rushing offense. The Niners' run game received a boost with the presence of CMC, who tore off runs of 10 and 9 yards on the third and fourth plays of the game. I thought, whoa, what we got here, right? McCaffrey gained 38 yards on 8 running attempts. Jeff Wilson Jr. started and gained a team-high 54 yards on 7 rushing attempts. So, Mike, we're running. Usually everything we do is predicated off that, and if we can get that going, now we can throw the ball, we can do anything we want to do. Wrong. It's a team the Niners rushed for 101 yards on 21 attempts, which is not bad. But maybe we should have ran a little more, and maybe we should have been able to run a little better and block a little better so we could get guys out in the open. We're gonna give that a B. Yeah, that wasn't bad. So the rushing, you guys get a B on that one. Passing offense, JG completed 25 of 37 passes for 303 yards while throwing 2 touchdown passes and an INT, a very costly INT, by the way. It was the mistake toward the end of the first half when he threw it at the goal line when the Niners had a chance to go into halftime with a lead. Jimmy, I'm your guy, man. You pissed me off. What the hell was you're throwing at who? No, he explains that, though. JG should have just taken a third down sack to allow for a field goal. That would have been the worst he could have done. But instead, he threw up for grabs toward Ray McLeod, the smallest guy in the area of that toss. There was Chiefs DB Joshua Williams made the INT. And then JG explained it, which I'm not sure if I'm buying or not. He said, quote, "The pass was intended for George Kittle." Did you see George anywhere in that vicinity? I got to go back and look again. But he could not get enough on it as he was being hit on a blitz. If you saw the blitz coming, I understand you throw into the blitz like most quarterbacks that are successful at that do. I got to look back at that again because I wasn't buying this excuse either. Damn it! That was so uncalled for. Trent Williams gave up a sack that resulted in a safety, and JG lost the fumble on a sack. Because he went down. They took him down 5. Kittle caught 6 passes for 98 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk had 7 receptions for 82 yards. Brandon Ayuk is starting to become the guy that we thought he could be. McLeod made a diving 8-yard touchdown catch. This is the ebb and flow of the first quarter. 1 minute they were looking good. The next minute they were looking like crap. McLeod made a diving 8-yard touchdown catch. Okay. You know what? That's his best thing he did all day. They give those guys an F. That's absolutely, that whole pass, that was an F. Rushing defense, the Chiefs' offense confounded the Niners all the way around, including with their run game. Receiver McCole Hardman, a name nobody's ever going to forget, right? He carried the ball 2 times for 28 yards and 2 TDs. He ran the same damn play twice. And it was every bit as effective both times. Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire got steady, easy yards against the Niners front afternoon. Nobody's going to blame the defense for what they're going through right now. You're just missing too many bodies. That next man up, the thing is, I said it's a little overrated. You can't have everybody going down that's a starter. The guys that are backing them up are going to do an adequate job, but they're not going to do the same job as the stars do. KC gained 115 yards on 18 rushing attempts for a 6.4-yard average after removing the 3 kneel downs at the end. They were better than that. Nick Bosa said there was a lot of mistakes with assignments in a scheme that allowed the Chiefs to remain in favorable down and distances. But Nick, I'm sorry, you guys get an F. Most people agree with that who wrote what we're observing. That's a couple of Fs already. You see where this is going? Passing deep for any defense that performed. That performance would have been a disaster, but for a Niners defensive unit that up until yesterday was viewed as the best in the league, the word outrageous comes to mind. It just got really it was just ridiculous at points. Patrick Mahomes made the Niners defense look pathetic and made them look like they were just all world. Every last guy on that unit, as far as the passing game goes. And he completed 25 of 34 passes, which, it's not all that special. 24 of 34, 25 of 34, that's good, but, 423 yards, 25 passes, 423 yards with 3 TD passes and 1 INT. This is why I say when you're missing guys like Mosley, who was really on fire, it has an impact. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 catches, 124 yards. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, 3 receptions, 111 yards. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, 98 yards. They just torched the Niners defense. Two of the many big plays came when the Niners could not stop the Chiefs on 3rd and 20. This is what gave everybody a headache. 3rd and 20. Yeah, of course, we can blame the offense for everything like we always do. But this is going to kill you even if the offense is rolling. 3rd and 20 and 3rd and 11 situations. You got them. Get the ball back now. No. Former Niners running back Jerick McKinnon, who couldn't wait to get a shot at the Niners. He picked up one first down when he picked up 34 yards on a screen pass. We never do that on screen passes. Well, Debo does on occasion. But he couldn't get rolling yesterday because his leg was hurting. And Valdez-Scantling beat Mooney Ward deep for a 57-yard gain in the fourth quarter on a scoring drive that all but clinched the Niners, the Chiefs, what should I say, the Niners' total demise and a Chiefs win. F. There's another F. Special teams, KC seized control of the first drive of the second half when Pacheco had a 48-yard kickoff return, and Jawan Jennings had what Coach Kyle Shanahan described as just stupid. Unnecessary roughness penalty and 15 more yards. What were we thinking yesterday? Amongst all the sloppy play, we're not thinking either. Jawan, he's going out of bounds. You ain't got to give him a help. Just keep moving toward him. He'll keep moving toward the outside marker. Think. Robbie Gould, the only bright spot on the unit, made field goals of 30, 50, and 49 yards. Both teams punted only once. Mitch Wisnowski's only punt for the game resulted in a muffin in Sam Womack's recovery. So you got to give special teams a C, and Robbie saved them. I tell you, fam, I thought we had the ball when I was watching Pacheco running down the field because he was running red. I kept getting confused who's who. I said, oh, Ray, finally for what we expected from you. And I looked up, and Jawan Jennings throwing this dude out of bounds. It's the Chiefs. Oh, Jawan. That's all I could. The holy air came out of me, right? Coaching. The Niners keep talking about self-inflicted wounds, right? Again, the Niners made way too many mistakes on both sides of the ball. The Niners had approximately 20 plays available for newcomer Christian McCaffrey, and that's about the number of snaps he did play. They were outgunned, 529 yards to 444, while KC was scoring touchdowns. The Niners were mostly settling for field goals when they were scoring at all. What is going on with the red zone? Now, I'm thinking that with Christian McCaffrey, I think we might have a remedy for that. They got to figure out how fast they can get him indoctrinated into what we do. Coach Andy Reid had his Chiefs prepared for this game, no question about it. We all questioned whether or not Kyle Shanahan really, truly had his 49ers really prepared for this game. The 49ers got off to a good start. Okay, fine. We always usually do. Either the first possession or the second interception, the 49ers, ooh, here we come. 10-point lead. Wow, look at the Niners roll. They're coming out there with a vengeance. They're men with a mission. No, overmatched for the final three quarters. Coaches get a D. And that's being generous. Overall, this was the highest point total the 49ers have surrendered in home game since 45-10 loss to Atlanta Falcons during the 2009 season. You count the years up. That's how bad this game was for the Niners. Kansas City tore off an average of 9.1 yards per offensive play while rolling up 529 yards, more than twice the 255.8-yard average the 49ers gave up in the first 6 games of the season. Fail. That's just an overall fail. You know what? But hey, even though saying injuries are not a feasible excuse in the NFL, nobody's is going to tell me healthy that KC was going to clown the Niners D like that. I just don't believe it. I really don't. Coach Shanahan said after the game, quote, yeah, it's disappointing. I think we're better than that. They had some pretty big plays where it seemed like there was a lot of space. There was. Guys are sitting wide open. Mahomes is good at threading the needle anyway. But if you're going to have guys sitting, waving their arms and standing wide open with nothing around them but grass, of course he's going to go off. He goes on to say, I've got to look at the film to see what happened. But, yeah, that was disappointing, I believe. We're better than that. The Chiefs' offense averaged 9.1 yards per play, and that's the second most allowed by the defense this season. And, fam, it goes back further than that. It's more serious than that. That's the most allowed by the Niners' defense since 1965. You do the math on how long that's been. And Jimmy. After throwing just one INT through his first 4 games, JG has thrown 3 picks in 2 weeks. Jimmy, God damn it. Now, as Kyle Shanahan says about it, you're better than that. That's why people say the things about you. Because for those moments that you do that, for all the other good things you do, that just erases every damn thing you did. Give me a break. And all we can hope for now is that after such a humiliating beating, the Niners will be seriously looking to redeem themselves next week versus L.A. and not fall 2 games under 500. Family, that could seal a fate because the way the rejuvenated, the reborn Hawks are playing, you have to wonder, is that going to be a game when we see them? For that faithful taxpayer, please tell organizations to trade or fire Kyle. Don't waste roster. I think 5 to 6 years is patience enough. Well, pretty much everybody's calling for his head now, but Jed's going to wait till the end of the year to give him a full evaluation. You know that. So we're probably not going to see that happen. That play, Chopin said that play is known as a Jimmy 5-yard Hail Mary. I know, right? Jesus, Jimmy. If you just take the sack, it would have been better, right? You don't have to force that play. USMC 49 we're posers until proven otherwise. Our D couldn't stop a Pee Wee football team these past 2 weeks. CMC's got to request a trade after yesterday. Can you see, guys, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but if you want to, you probably can get some capital for me. Why don't you go ahead? We're not trading to the Rams. Forget it. We just did that. Okay. Okay. We just did that. Okay. Yeah, hey, Jay. Hello,
Ronbo.
Jay. Come on in, Jay.
What's going on?
Jay, nothing's going on right. I tell you that right now. I mean, that was just since 1965 when he did that. I mean, that's a long time ago. Oh, no, but I was saying the Niner organization. Jay, your feeling on this because we didn't hear from you yesterday. How bad do you want to throw the 49ers in the garbage and flush it?
Man, I just need. I don't know. It's so hard. I mean, the coaching was bad yesterday. One, they lineups was bad. Like, I don't understand it. Why would you bring Jimmy Ward?
With a cast on his arm.
In the slot. Why you going to start him in the slot? He ain't been on the field. Oh, he's not a slot corner. He can cover from safety to slot, tight ends.
But he's
not a slot corner.
That's the specialty, exactly. He told him that, too. He told him that 2 years ago.
He's not. That didn't make sense. I understand Gibson playing good and you don't want to take him off the field, but you have to make a decision who's better. Y'all think Gibson better or Ward? And put Ambry in the game at outside corner. Put Lenore in the slot, please.
Please.
And, know what I mean? And let Ambry learn. He might give up a couple of plays, but he's shown that he's gonna get better with playing time, not sitting on the bench.
He proved it last year.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's so frustrating. And then linebackers,
and Jay,
we need Dre and Aziz.
And Dre, somebody pointed out yesterday, you probably noticed it too. Mahomes, what he's going to do. The formula on stopping him from doing all that is you rush 3 or 4 guys, you drop everybody back in coverage. What the 49ers do. And we're already weak in the secondary anyway. But what did we do? What did we do? Oh, we dropped into a zone. Mahomes is just licking his chops the whole damn time. Oh.
I don't understand. And the D-line ain't what it was. And Bosa was rusty. He ain't put, you know what I mean? Trent Williams is rusty. It's just,
I'm wondering if he's healed up. I'm with Williams. Bosa, he still got a sack, but he made mistakes out there. He misread things. And when's the last time you see Nick get called for lining up in the neutral zone twice in one series?
Yeah.
Oh.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Him and Trent Williams looked like they didn't need to be out there. They rushed them back. And Jimmy. They rushed Jimmy. Jimmy said, only good thing I see is Jeff Wilson was motivated.
Yeah.
He got some motivation by getting McCaffrey, That is one good thing. But Jimmy, oh come on, hey, that's a good thing. At least next year we had Trey.
Yeah.
But as far as Jimmy still make the same mistakes over and over again. And we need to stop running the ball. We just need to run the ball when we back against the goal line. I don't care. We got to run the ball 3 times and punt it. Just do it. Because Jimmy can't handle passing back there because he just seems to give up sacks in the end zone for some reason.
And I tell you what, I just hope that the first thing the 49ers pull off the draft board, in fact, use all entire draft. Just get offensive linemen. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, that's it.
That offensive line, Jimmy was under siege all day. When we did run, it was good, but at the same time, it could have been better. So this is the thing, because he can't come back next year to that offensive line, or he will be meat. That's just, especially with no experience. You got Jimmy back there who's seen that before, and they kicked his ass. So that's what I'm saying. Running doesn't help.
Yeah, McGlinchey gone. I mean, whatever they got to do, draw 3 tackles.
Okay, got 4 picks, all offensive linemen. Please, guys, please.
Yeah, D-line, O-line, and safeties. You know what I mean? Because we're going to need – they probably can't afford Jimmy Ward. So we're going to need a young safety, too.
Is Jimmy's contract up next year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah, free agent this year.
Well, too bad he couldn't have a whole season so he could play, because the thing is, with that cast on his arm, he ain't being Jimmy. Guys,
that's probably the only thing that's gonna play in our favor.
Yeah,
he might take a $7 million contract or something.
It's so bad. Well, I don't know. The Rams. It seems the offensive line seemed to do a good job against the Rams, and they was as bad as they are now. Maybe a little. Actually, with McGlinchey out, they did better. Now, McGlinchey's not going to play next week.
Yeah.
We need to get ready to cheer now, because he was nothing but a turnstile the whole time. So I'm.
Oh yeah.
And that's not going to work.
We need to put Brunskill out there at the tackle and just keep Burford in the game at the guard. Nah, Brunfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect. I don't know what we're going to do about the center spot, but, we're just going to have to deal with it for now.
Nothing you can do. You could put Brunskill at center, but I'm not sure if that's a better thing or not. So,
Nah, we need him at that tackle, because McGlinchey, he just can't hold up.
Yeah, but because Jimmy's had a couple of good games this year, but that was because the offensive line was able to hold against a couple of the Rams the first time. The second time, who was that we beat that the offensive line wasn't completely trash? Oh, the Panthers. You're not. I don't know. You got to think up new plays. Keep them in play action or something as well. Don't try to do things under center with that offensive line. But Kyle insists on doing it. Why? Nobody knows.
Man, that's his offense. You on the field, you expected to perform.
Yeah, but
he ain't performing.
You got to look at what you got.
Just like he a bench a running back or one of these rookie wide receivers, he got to start doing that with his veterans.
Exactly.
If they ain't performing, you got to set these people down.
And that's why we're coming next. Man, we got to go. Jay, I'm going to see you. I see him at Wednesday, see what Kyle's got to talk about. All right.
All right. That's a bet, Ronbo. Have a blessed one, man. We Niners for life.
Yeah, indeed.
Niners!
You can hold that for a long time. He's let him breathe.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. Trey Lance, we miss you. Can't wait. Let's get it. Have a blessed one, Rambo.
You too, fam. I would have put Trey Lance in that hazardous. Man, that was terrible. That was just awful. In fact, he probably would have got hurt again. That offensive line has got to get better. By the way, guys, I've already told you we don't attack the gay community in any shape, way, fashion, or form. Leave it alone, guys. You can talk trash all you want. Politics, religion, bigotry, attacking the gay community, racism. It's not going to happen. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Well, it's a big show.
If that trade didn't make Kyle Shanahan feel the heat that he's on the hot seat, then a loss to the Rams will definitely most will.
Yeah, you're right. If they don't make any adjustments between this week and next week, you're right. Somebody will be in trouble.
And there's not going to be any adjustments because we're going to be missing more players. Devo's day to day. Kyle Juszczyk has had surgery on his finger. That's another extra offensive lineman gone.
And you know he's not playing next week,
George
right?
Kittle's going to have to block his ass off. And he's getting sick and tired of that. This is the second week in a row where he's called out his head coach, Ronbo.
I know. And did you notice that?
Of course.
You know, BA got involved with him too. We're too good a team to only score 23 points. All right.
He's slowly losing the locker room, Ronbo. People have got to stop defending him. This is year 6. It's not year 2. Okay? The man is riding off the coattails of his daddy's name. That's how he got the job. It's this nepotism bullshit that the Yorks love for some reason. And it's got to stop. This is not going to win you championships. Our motto is lose with character, Ronbo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sick of it. Kyle Shanahan does not deserve to be this coach next year in 2023. I'm tired of people defending him like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, since Walsh was here. He's not. Every week, injury after injury after injury. Since he's been here, Ronbo, he's had WebMD hire more staff to keep up with people's Google searches because they don't know what an MCL tear is. They don't know what an ACL tear is. They don't know what a high ankle sprain is. They don't know what a calf strain is. They don't know what a calf injury is. It's ridiculous.
We get them all. Sometimes all at once.
You know? And it's because of his play calling, his vanilla play calling on offense that's holding these quarterbacks back. That made Matt Ryan want him to quit the Falcons. That made him that the Falcons actually the Falcons fans actually ran him out of town because they were thinking Kyle Shanahan's play calling.
And that's
Matt Ryan didn't like it very much.
And Matt Ryan, Jimmy just now said something about it. You know how he is. He didn't say anything.
Exactly.
But you know, you've got to work to your quarterback.
You've got to stop
strengths.
defending this man. People have got to stop defending this man. It's year 6 now. It's okay to criticize him. It's okay to want a new head coach. And if he goes somewhere else, who the hell cares? What other Niner coach in NFL is? And our franchise history
we can't do any
gone
worse,
to
right?
another organization and done shit. When we're not going back to the Jim Fontula days, stop saying that because we actually have a team with talent. And we have our core and nucleus in place right now. We didn't have that when Jim Fontula and Chip Kelly were here. All we had was Eric Armstead and Defoe. We had these scrub players out of nowhere signing off the street names that nobody knew of. And we actually have talent on this team.
We had all kind of money.
Yeah, we were in a rebuild. We're not in the rebuild right now. We have a talented team that's being held back by Kyle Shanahan. D'Amico Ryan seemed to show up every week, except for last week, because the team defense was injured.
Yeah, his guys. You can't. That's why I said next man up.
Kyle
that doesn't
Shanahan,
work all the time.
Who ran the defense to the ground because we were relying on the defense every single week. Kyle Shanahan was only scoring 13 points in the half. You know, there's this stat I'm going to read to you really quickly that's going around Twitter right now from NBC Sports. Let me pull it up really quick. Since 2017, Kyle Shanahan, when they're down in the third quarter, is 1-30. Since 2017, when they're down in the third quarter, Kyle Shanahan's 4-31. He's 1-30 with 3 points after the third quarter. He's 1-30 since 2017.
And only 3 points.
Down after the third quarter since 2017, he's 4-31. Down at halftime since 2017, he's 7-30. How the hell are you defending this guy? How? Bravo. How is anybody defending him?
Well, you mentioned some names that people were grateful for because after Chip and Tommy, everybody got excited. Ooh, we got a real coach. We believed. I still to some degree, I don't know where his head is right now. We've had this conversation between you and I privately, but listen, I still think that they browbeat him in the front office about some decisions they were going to make regarding personnel. Why are you running that young kid quarterback who doesn't know crap from Shinola? He's got 1 year of college football and no NFL experience, and you're going to run him in power runs? Kyle, Of course he's going to get killed.
He's ruined both of these quarterbacks. Remember the 2017 Jimmy Garoppolo everyone fell in love with, and then all of a sudden he got control of Jimmy's mind and told him what to do, and totally ruined him after that since 2018.
That's right, because I'll be damned if Jimmy Garoppolo's not a good quarterback that is doing what he's told, and then when he does what he's told, we get these results. That's why I said, Jimmy, I wish you and Brandon Ayuk and George get together and go, listen, guys, we love Coach, but what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Listen, and have a plan. Just take Kyle as much as you can, but then go get it done. You guys know how to play. At this point, you know how to play yourself. Funny, Kyle said something. So we got to have this conversation again.
And
I talked to you about this more.
I am so sick of the same script every year. Oh, we're going to turn it around against the Rams games, only to be disappointed in the end to lose everything.
we got to go show. I'll talk
we're not
to you
100%. We're not 100%.
Well, that's true.
As usual. Get Kyle out of here.
Anyway, I'll see you Wednesday. All right, fam. Yo, fly guy.
Ronbo.
Fly guy, this extension from yesterday's moaning and groaning. We're still moaning and groaning. The 49ers got an F down through. They got a 1C and a D. That's an average. Well, no, that's an F. That's an F all across the board. Average overall, right? Fly guy, how did you look at the 49ers? How did you grade them? And individually, you can grade them as well. Each unit.
I gave F minus. F minus. That's below F.
Overall, yeah. That way you don't give a full F. Because there are some reasons giving F plus, but F minus is a little more nice.
Hey, if we make the playoff, I'll be shocked. Because the way we playing right now, I'm telling you, if we lose that Ram game, it's almost over for us.
And lose a game, and then another player goes down to injury. It is over then. Oh, for damn sure it's over then.
Yeah, because the way we playing, I don't see how we gonna make the playoffs. Like, not scoring not even 21 points a game. Come on, man, that don't make no sense. And in the first quarter, when Kyle went for 3 points, if he just went for the 7, because you know you're gonna need points, why go for 3?
May as well be
it's
0.
right there.
That's a good point.
That's why some of the players are giving up. Like, we got this far, and you want to kick the 3 points?
Yeah, right.
3 yards.
Kyle has trust issues even now. He goes conservative at times where you can't believe he did. His whole thing was what he does is offer an element of surprise with most of what he designs. Run it, Kyle! Run it! Oh.
And you see the interception Jimmy G threw in the end zone. People saying it's Jimmy G's fault. That's not Jimmy G's fault. Jimmy G threw the ball exactly where the ball was supposed to go. The way the ball got picked up is because Kyle had 2 men in one spot. The second player took the ball, not the one that was guarding Kittle.
Hey, did you see George?
He threw it right. He didn't see him.
Did you see George? I didn't see him in that play. Where was George? He was standing behind. It was the player that was guarding the corner that got the interception. This is why Jimmy G be like. He said he got hit and couldn't put enough on the throw. First I didn't accept it because I said, Jimmy, God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the throw hang a little bit, but if Buddy was in there, it would have been a touchdown. If the other corner wasn't there, because Kyle had 2 players on one spot, they was like together. That always happened.
And that, was that the player's fault or was that the play? That's the thing about that kind of situation, right?
Man, that offense is whack, like whack. I don't care. You bring Patrick Mahomes in there, and nothing gonna happen. I'm telling you. And then, Ronbo, tell me, how dumb can you be? Every time you bring Gray in, you're gonna take a shot down the field. So the team's not gonna know
knows, right?
when you bring Gray in. That don't make no sense.
I laugh at it now because when they did it, I said, guys, he just screwed up the play before. You wait a play and you try it again. He's not beating his man just forget it. I don't. He needs to run route
No,
or something
because
deep.
the reason he's not beating nobody because it's not a surprise. It's more like bring Gray and we're gonna go deep. They know you just bring Gray in.
Because that's all they let him
You don't
do.
think teams listening? They listening. They don't know who your player is, who your deep threat is. They know. Or you bring in Gray, and then now they're gonna just watch Gray, and then back, and then if you leave Gray in the game for a long time, leave him in the game, and then you hit a play action, you will probably freeze them up. You feel
That
me,
would
Ronbo?
make sense, right? See, Fly Guy, you know it. Like
Yeah.
you said yesterday, if we know it, how the hell Kyle doesn't know it? You disguise that play. Because all the safety's going to do is they're going to relay. The corner's going to chase him as far as he can, and the safety's going to pick him up as soon as he gets to a certain yard marker. And that's what they did. And boom! Oh, we blocked it out of his hand. Of course you did.
You just surprise them, just like you see how Mahomes surprised them with the 4th and 20. That's how you do it. You surprise them, and they don't even think you're doing it. You just go. You can't just bring Gray in just to take a shot. They're gonna be like, "What the? He bringing Gray in? He gonna take a shot?"
We had to score 40 points to win that game. And here's a team that what's our highest score point total this year? 30-something points. So the 49ers preseason's over, Jimmy and company. You guys got to warm up now and get ready. Let's go, because ain't nobody waiting on y'all to get ready. So Kyle, if he's holding back because he didn't think they're ready to roll, then get ready to bite the dust on the rest of the season. So I don't know what they're gonna do next week.
I mean, they can give me a bag of chips for Kyle, man. Trade Kyle for a bag of chips.
Just awful.
Yeah, Kyle gotta go. It's not gonna work. Like, let's say next year to bring Kyle back, if this year go crazy like that, that makes sense. That don't make sense.
Like, I gotta tell you something though. If this season goes south really badly, I'm looking for Kyle to quit.
Yeah, that don't make no sense because now you need somebody to work with Trey Lance. You don't want Kyle to come back. Trey Lance going back under Kyle. Kyle don't know what he's doing.
If this season goes really badly, Trey Lance is gonna get a new coach because Kyle's gonna leave. This is embarrassing for him, and he'll get gobbled up as an OC by God knows how many teams will be looking for him. But man, he ain't gonna go out looking like this.
I think Harbaugh will be
with
straight. Harbaugh, Trey Lance, they'll be straight.
Yeah, maybe bring in what's his name again? Well, he's over with Lamar Jackson now. But honestly, I really don't think I don't think Kyle likes Trey Lance anyway. Because why would you run him like that? Power right, power left.
I do that.
I don't think he does.
Kyle wanted Mac Jones. John Lynch wanted Trey Lance, and Kyle was like, "Okay, whatever. But I'm the coach anyway. I got something for you." So he goes
because you put him in position. Why don't you let him throw the ball? Your offense is about throwing the ball sometimes. We'll see. That's not going to get exposed because we didn't know about Mac Jones until recently. So we're going to find out later about this probably. I'm just speculating. Anyway,
I've been saying that. I say Kyle didn't want Trey Lance. He don't know how to use Trey Lance. He didn't know what. That's why you say he didn't have no play for Trey Lance. What do you need play for Trey Lance? It's the same book.
we got to go. I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yo, hey, Bill.
I've been waiting a long time. I looked to see what coaches that would be available, and there is one coach on the list that we have not mentioned, and his name is Sean Payton.
No, his name's been mentioned a lot, actually. And he's probably going to Dallas.
I don't even think that he is going to be that Harbaugh is going to be even available, to be honest. So basically, we probably have another year of Kyle, just to tell you facts.
Oh, I see. And who says Sean wants to come back to the NFL right now? He may not. Nobody's thought about that yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready to come back. And that's what everybody needs to take into consideration, that as much as we want Harbaugh, the chances of that happening is very low.
Zero.
And
it is so zero.
Yeah,
Jed,
never say never. He might be back, but it won't be next year.
What we forgot is Jed and Harbaugh split on bitter
That's
terms.
not true, Ronbo. Money talks, bullshit walks.
I
You
get-
get that
I-
money,
I-
you'll come back.
Let's make a bet. Let's
Never
make a bet.
say never. He's
Jed
right.
and Harbaugh will never be together in the same facility. But anyway, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, you never could say never, but it'd take a lot of cheek kissing and lips to be getting him in.
And you know Harbaugh's not going to do
as
that
much
for
as I'd
Jed.
like to say,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, Jed would have to do that to Harbaugh. Now Harbaugh's
See,
not going to do
and
it.
you
to Jed,
know
you're
that's
right.
not going to happen. So
Well, then, if that don't happen, then we don't win a Super Bowl anytime soon.
you know,
That's what we're gonna have to come into consideration. Because I really think Kyle lost the locker room.
yeah, because they're whispering already. When the whispering starts,
yeah.
that means it's more than what you're seeing too. We heard about
I think
George.
pretty-
We heard about Brian Ayuk.
Right.
That means other people in the locker room having that conversation too.
Yeah, I really believe he lost the locker room. There's no coming back from it. There's no recovering from it. There's nothing. I really think it's done. His verdict has already been out. So I really hate to say this, but we're not going to see a Super Bowl anytime soon, probably, if this happens. And we might lose. And you know, one thing, I think right now the Rams are calling their cheerleaders up to beat us. So it's like we really, after the last week's game, it's like don't even worry about putting our starters out. Let's call the cheerleaders, and we should be able to beat the Niners that way.
Cheerleaders versus cheerleaders.
God
In fact,
forbid.
that would be more entertaining anyway.
Right. And we get beat by the Rams cheerleaders. That would be horrible, you know. And I think that would be the icing in the cake. So, man, this loss was disgusting. If we do beat the Rams, let's see what they do after. But I don't think any other team's going to have enough respect to really pull their starters out, knowing that our team is soft. So.
Well, you know, Bill, lucky
Yeah,
for us, the Rams are kind of tender anyway, just by nature.
Right.
So we might be okay. But I was shocked at the defensive effort
don't
by
know.
the Chiefs yesterday. I watched them for the last 3 games. I just paying close attention to them to see what they're like. They're not that good defensively. And we made them look like all world. Every last guy's all pro. I said, oh, man, what are we doing here, guys? I know you can do better
Right.
than this.
It was
Did that pass rush
absolutely pathetic.
overwhelmed on every
Yeah.
snap, guys? You can't stop them ever? Oh.
Ever. Never, ever. And that's pathetic. It's just something that they need to address and take care of, because if they don't, it's not going to get any better, Ronbo.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you know, we're just going to have to be happy at being Niner fans and come to acceptance in the next possible, 5 to 7 years, we'll see a Super Bowl victory.
Bill, too long. Nobody
No,
can do
I
that
know,
kind of.
I know,
That's
I
like
know,
suffering,
unless we can get
indefinite
Harbaugh
suffering.
back.
I'm like, I know.
We're going to have dark age again. We're going to have dark ages
No,
again.
no,
We're going to
no.
go through the rough ages again. It's like a Game of Thrones, Our king got taken over. Now we got this stupid person sitting on the throne that don't belong and just running the show, killing the team. It's all just disgusting. We're going to have a dark age again, a battle. We're going to probably go through a rebuild before we even see a Super Bowl. Kittle might not be a tight end.
No, he'll get hey,
McCaffrey might not be
if
the
we have a
running
fire
back by the
sale-
time we see him.
Bill, if we have a fire sale, we're going to get assets like you have never not seen. I mean, we got 4 or 5 guys. Shoot, we'd have more first-round draft picks than the worst team in the league next year if they started that this year.
Right.
You know?
So we're gonna have to wait. Trey Lance is gonna have to get healthy. He's got to learn the playbook. And we're gonna have, if they do fire Kyle, we'll get somebody worse than Jimmy Tomsula. We'll be lucky to buy a win.
Okay, Bill, that's it.
I said buy
Bill,
and win.
Bill, we're leaving. Bill, we're out of time anyway.
Give me a 49er shout out, and I will bring you bad news again on Wednesday. Until they prove me wrong.
Bill, that's enough for 3
Prove
months.
me
Oh.
wrong. Prove me wrong, 49ers,
Bill.
not the fans, but the players.
Bill.
Prove me wrong. Or other than that,
Bill, I'm
give me
going
another
to give
shout
you a
out.
holler. Good night, Bill. Oh, you and Sly have a great night. We'll see you Wednesday.
I don't know if I was watching the Harlem Globetrotters or the Niners. Have a nice day.
We've got to stop this, fam. You know, we watch football for the entertainment. We watch football because we enjoy it. We've got to stop making ourselves. Don't add to the depression. First thing you know, they'll be talking to other fans will be saying like we like to say about other fans. Yeah, that whole unit, man, every fan's got to be on suicide watch. They're going to be saying things like that about us. I said that about Las Vegas 3 weeks ago. Oh, no.
Yo, Ronbo, can you get me on soon, man?
You're on now.
Right on, Ronbo. How are you, bud?
But you will be too, then. She'll be blaming, just blame it on me. If Bill's right, all of us would be turned to dust. Don't single me out. Hey, Casey, you're on, you know.
What's shaking, Ronbo? Man, you know, Ronbo, I didn't watch this game. I asked someone what the final score was. They said 44-23. And, you know, Ronbo, it's nice to see the 49ers play a disciplined game. You know, Jimmy was clutch when he needed to be. And, I mean, geez, 44-23, Ronbo. Just hats off to the Niners. You know what I mean?
They were just, you know, that score, it wasn't indicative of how bad it really was. It was worse than that.
What do you mean? They won 44-23, right?
It should have been 65-10. You know, I don't know what the 49ers were thinking yesterday. If we see another game like that, it could be true that some of the guys in the locker room have had it with what we're trying to do with the offensive program. So, you know, I'm worried about that much.
Hey, Rob, I thought it was really gonna happen yesterday, man. Or, you know, was it yesterday? Jesus, yesterday.
Yeah, well, I was just,
I
I was thinking the same thing.
God, man, they were 10-0, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was like
Oh, how many times have we seen them do that, Casey?
you're-
The 49ers come out like, yeah, we got control of this. And then all of a sudden they just fizzle. They did it yesterday.
Rumble, you ever watch the third Dark Knight movie where Batman fights Bane?
Yeah, that was that was good example. And Bane just beat Bat's butt the whole 4 quarters.
And you're watching Batman fight him, and he's getting some punches in, but you know that Bane was still going to win. Driving down the field, Bane's just going to throw a pass on 3rd and 20 like it's nothing, and just like unstoppable, Ronbo. I just can't. I don't know what else to say, man. This guy Mahomes is his cheat code, and they're still holding Bosa all the time, and Kyle's just shooting himself in the foot all the time, and it's just.
Hey, they called. Oh, hey, they called it.
Man.
They finally called it on Bosa yesterday, holding Bosa. I mean, it was so obvious. The Bosa looked like he was about to pass out from the chokehold, right? And the ref just with mercy, just threw the flag to get the guy off of Bosa. I said, you mother, you guys could have called that more than just one time today, too. You know that, and not only him. That's what the Chiefs do. They put the chokeholds on the 49ers and they come around the corner and make it look like, well, he pushed my arm up there. Man, we got his butt once though.
There were some questionable decisions in that game. God, man,
more than one. There was more than one too. Several questionable decisions.
I'm sure it's just that the 49ers couldn't get into rhythm or something like that. You know, it's just that damn rhythm again, and.
You got to win at the point of impact. If your offensive line is getting beat on every play, that means the Chiefs are controlling the line of scrimmage. Actually, we were lucky to get 23 points. I'm watching this, and they showed it. Actually, even the booth people showed it after a few minutes. They showed Garoppolo running and trying to get out of the way on every snap. But you got Trent Williams is not up to speed. McGlinchey is being McGlinchey, and it just came into a joke. You know, every play. Yeah. When they ran the ball a few times, it was not bad. Huh?
Was my boy Brunskill out there?
I think he was. Brunskill was he? Brunskill wasn't out there. You know what? Burford was at guard. I'm not sure Brunskill how much he played. He should have been a tackle, and they couldn't do any worse than Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah, I mean, does Brunskill do anything great? No. You know what? They've got a.
Ask me that about Mike McGlinchey.
They've got a pretty easy looking schedule. I mean, I don't know what an easy game is anymore. You know,
there is none. We lost to the Falcons last week, and that was supposedly a team that were supposedly better than, and the Falcons physically just beat the brakes off the 49ers. They just mauled us.
Yeah. But I hope they win 10 games this year, and I hope they,
boy, that'd be a wild card.
And yeah,
they gotta stop playing the way they are, Casey. They ain't not winning 10 games.
You know, Ronbo, I knew the 49ers lost that game because you had your shirt on in the Instagram post after the game. I was like, oh man, this isn't.
I'd have been butt naked had we beaten the Chiefs because I've been waiting for that for 4 years. You know? I mean, I was going to celebrate like nobody's business, boy. I would have the champagne bottle in my hand. God.
They're like the new Seahawks to me, man. We just can't. They just have our number, you know? It's like, I don't know, man.
I do. We got to change.
I just can't wait to see Trey get back on that field.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for him for not being on the field yesterday. He would have got creamed. Yeah. Every case, I'm telling you, every snap, they were in the backfield immediately. I said, this is not.
And that's what that happened tonight with the Patriots after they pulled Mac Jones and they put in that guy Bailey. Yeah. And then he threw 2 interceptions.
A quarterback can only operate with as much time. He's got to have at least 3 seconds. Casey, we got to go though, fam. Let me see.
There's no more Alex. There's no more Alex Smiths in the league. You know what I mean? You don't get a chance to develop. You have to be really good, or
you got to come in high. That's true.
Anyway. I so appreciate you, man. I feel like I haven't talked to you forever.
Well, you haven't, Casey. I've talked to you about a week or two. Anyway, Casey, I see you Wednesday. I'll be looking for you. All right.
That's good, man.
All right, night, fam. Yeah, it's T-Flow and Allie. T-Flow.
Hi.
Hey, what up, Ronbo?
You know what's up? We're still crying about yesterday. All right, T-Flow. You and Allie, y'all was right.
I'm not crying because I knew we were going to get her afterwards.
T-Flow and Allie knew we were going to lose that game. Yeah, you're right.
Think about it. Think about it. We lost to teams. Well, we got annihilated by Atlanta Falcons, who by a rookie head coach. They're on a rebuilding year, and we get embarrassed by them. We lose to teams that are not even good. We really haven't really played anybody that good, and we're gonna win high-powered offense.
I just want to explain myself on that. I thought they would rise up for the challenge. I thought the 49ers was like playing down a level because they didn't have any respect for the teams they was playing. No, that's not it. Not it.
No, because Ronbo, it all stems from the top of the leadership, from the coaches to your captains. They weren't taking nobody accountable. They weren't getting mad at them losing to them losing to Atlanta, them losing to Denver, losing to Chicago. Like, they weren't really down on themselves. They were happy just because they beat Seattle and the Rams.
Yeah. The 49ers were tripping. Don't forget about the Panthers. The 49ers got that mentality. You move on after 48 hours, no matter what. But don't do that.
But you know
they
what?
Got to think about what just happened.
Yeah, they gotta hold themselves accountable and say, "Hey, this ain't working." They're gonna say, "This ain't working," and let's go change something new. Kyle Shanahan is the one to blame. Like, just like how the other caller said earlier, Kyle is 1-30 by trailing by 3 points. Ronbo, 3 points. He's 1-30 by trailing 3 points by the third quarter.
We're a front running team.
How pathetic is that?
Terrible. We're a front running team.
You know what, Ronbo? All right. Yes, we are a running team.
No, front. I mean, when I say front running team, if we don't have the lead, you got us in the third and fourth quarter.
Check it out. Yeah, but this is a new era in football. Now it's all about the passing game because everything relates to the passing game. You can't hit a defensive wide receiver. You can't even do after 5 yards, there's illegal contact. You can't even touch them. You can't even hit the quarterback no more.
And you know what? Everybody says our offensive line is horrible. We so-called have an offensive guru who doesn't even draft offensive linemen, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because
really biting him in the ass too. Yes.
Because what was the first thing Harbaugh did when he came to the Niners? Drafted two first-round
at the same time. Pro Bowlers, baby.
Two at the same time.
Yeah.
And what does Kyle drop? He gets a soft McGlinchey. That's who he gets. And
you know what? Because McGlinchey's famous for his run blocking. But Kyle, you know, they got to do both or not one or the other. They just can't run block and never protect the quarterback.
See, Kyle has to understand, because we all see it. We all have eyes. We all see what's going on. If the defense is not 100% and our running game's not there, we're going to lose no matter what because you did not invest in the passing game where everything else invests in passing. Everything. You know what's pretty pathetic? They got quarterbacks from every division, sorry or not, that are doing better than us in offense. I don't get it. We have the weapons. There's no excuses. I'm sorry. There's no excuses of, this got hurt. We got Jimmy in. Kyle wanted him. As a head coach, you pick your team. You pick your scheme. And what ticks me off the most, too, he does not know how to develop a quarterback. Just like he said earlier, he didn't even know how to use Trey Lance. All he knew how to use him, he probably just Googled some college playbook and just have him run up the middle. Look what he did. All right, Ronbo, I'm going to ask you a question. What is Christian McCaffrey known for? Going up the middle or in space?
In space. I was wondering, too. Kyle, just drop a screen off, Kyle. That pass rush is overwhelming offensive line anyway. Just drop it up the top. Oh, what are you doing?
Why is he running CMC up the middle? Why?
I have no idea.
Why? We have Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and we have, you know what, we haven't even seen. We have Jordan Mason who can do that. We all know Christian McCaffrey is good in space. Give him toss right, sweeps, end around, screens. That's how you can eliminate their defense. That's why
I'm hoping that Jimmy, GK, Brandon Ayuk, and Debo, and McCaffrey's probably not going to do it, have a conference. When Kyle calls an obviously stupid play, alter it. Just kill. Go to something else. And the Kyle was standing on the sideline like, hey, what are you guys doing? We're getting ready to score, coach. Just stand there and be cool. We got this. You
know what else is pretty sorry, too?
Damn.
Ronbo? Kyle's been here 6 years, right? He's been here. Well, this is his sixth season, right? This is his sixth season, and he still doesn't even have more winnings than a 4-year Jim Harbaugh. Everybody says, you don't want another Chip Kelly and all that. But look, Chip only had one year with Exodus. Same thing with what was the other coach? The defensive lineman, the one that took after Harbaugh.
Defensive Thomas Jimmy T.
Yeah, Jimmy T. Them 2 years, they had a mass exodus, people. They did not have a roster like this. We don't know what a Jimmy T can do. But I'll tell you one thing Jimmy T can do. He can rally up a team. The whole team played hard. They played well hard. Like, they gave it all. The offense,
he was really loved
they had a mass exodus.
They all knew him.
Yeah, and
I'm telling you right now,
not only that,
I want to see.
He knew how to
audibles.
rile up a team.
Yeah, I want to see audibles at the line. I see people think Jimmy's stupid and this and that and all. Any bad thing you think of, a lot of people think that way. I want Jimmy to call kill one time at that line of off scrimmage. And like you're saying, and all of a sudden you see Christian McCaffrey goes into motion. He slides around the perimeter and drops over the top. As soon as that pursuit comes in and annihilates the offensive line, Jimmy just quietly dumps that ball off to CMC, and he's off to the races. If Kyle doesn't want to design intelligent play and deal with the kind of system, deal with the defense that he's got coming at him, then, Kyle, just stand back out of the way. Come on, man. And you're smarter than that.
And basically, not only this all stems with Kyle with coaching, is why is all his players still getting hurt? Like, you got Deebo Samuel with the hamstring injury. So, like, what's going on with this program? What's going on with this stretching?
Debo had that problem.
Are they even doing recovery? Is like anybody in the ice pack?
That's a good question.
Even doing that?
But Debo had that problem in college too.
How was the 49ers every year since he got into ever since 2017?
Leading the league.
We have the most injured players.
Leading the league every year. I have no idea.
He's the one who's in charge of it. Kyle Shanahan. we needed a quarterback. We could have Pat Mahomes. We could have Christian McCaffrey, but instead he gets other people. He gets Solomon Thomas. And not only that, we had what was that running back from yesterday's game, number one? No, from the Chiefs.
From the Chiefs. Wait a minute. Oh, you're talking about Jerick McKinnon, who ran a 3rd and 20.
Right,
there he goes. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
We had Jerick McKinnon. How does Andy Reid know how to use Jerick McKinnon and supposedly Kyle doesn't?
Well, okay, we got to go, though, family. Jerick was injured then, though.
Because Reid knows he's good in space, not running up the middle.
We got to go, though. T-Flow, Allie, y'all have a great night. I'll be back Wednesday looking for you.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
Y'all too.
Let's get a little Niner shout out.
Niner! A belch in the middle of that. A Niner! Woo! Night, fam. Night, y'all. Buenas noches. En Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Well, better than yesterday because I was mad as hell. But, I don't know.
Damn, Ronbo.
We could recover in a week. I don't think so. Hope so. What do you think?
Man, I'm doing worse today, Ronbo. Man, today, I work with a bunch of. I think I've told you before. I work with a bunch of Raider fans, man.
Ooh, that's
and.
Cool. And they actually won.
And they feel so bad, Ronbo. They didn't even say a word to me, man.
Wait, they felt bad for us?
They were just, they were just like, they literally came up. They literally was like, bro, we understand, man. We got to face those motherfuckers 2 times a year.
Oh, that's right. They're probably rooting for us because they just got through beating them.
Oh, they were
on the last minute play 2-3 weeks ago. I forgot about that.
Oh, Ronbo, they hate the Chiefs, Ronbo. They hate them with the passion, man.
Yeah, that's a bitter rivalry that goes back. That goes back for a long time.
Yeah, they were like, hey, man, we understand your pain, man. We got to go through that twice a year.
Yeah, Raider fans don't like the Steelers or the Chiefs, no kind of shape, way, fashion, or form. The Broncos ain't crazy about them either. Those are all guys in the division. All of them have had rivalries with Raiders. Have had rivalries with all those teams. That division has had everybody in that division hates each other. Because see, I don't hate the Cardinals. I don't pay them no mind. But the Chiefs, but the Rams, and the damned Hawks.
Yeah, Rumble, but man, Rumble, we need a lot of fixing, and I don't think we could do that this year, Rumble. I think we're about to be halfway into the season, and I just don't see this team getting any better, Rumble.
Or healthier. That's the bottom line. Because when we started the season out healthy, looked like we could, defensively we could do anything. The offense just has to catch up a bit. But now, if both units are dead meat, we're dead. They're dead.
Yeah, Rumble. I think right now this offense is dead in the water, Rumble. I just don't see a way out of it, man. I really don't. I try to think of what we could do to get things better, but we just they have everything.
You got to get an offensive line to begin with.
Yeah, well,
you're not going to win any war unless you win in the trenches.
But we can't do that this year. We can't address it this year. So we got to go with what we got right now, and I just don't see it happening. And
agreed.
And McGlinchey is just horrendous, man. This guy just needs to be benched, Ronbo. I just don't understand how Cal sees these guys
right?
day in and day out.
And he knows McGlinchey can't handle it. Put Brunskill down there. Don't be ashamed.
I know.
Santana, remember the Super Bowl when Mike Person was getting blasted on every snap? Same thing.
Yeah.
Brunskill could have played that day. Coach, Persons can't handle it. I don't know if he's tired or whatever. Put Brunskill at that position or else we're dead. We are dead. No, he wouldn't do it. He stays with him until the bitter end. You motherfucker.
Rumble, this is Kyle's fault, man. His inability to see guys that just don't work, he just doesn't seem to care. It's like, my scheme is so great, it can camouflage any effect that my offense has, any weaknesses. And
he made me believe that
don't
too.
Work.
That's suicide.
And we keep doing it with Jake Brendo as center. Like, come on, bro. right tackle, fucking
I knew we were.
McGlinchey. We've seen this guy been bad for years, and we never done anything to address it. And Rumble, George Kittle, man, I think you can see in his face, man. He's just exhausted and tired of having to grind out every day, every game, having to block. Like, he wants to play too, bro. We saw what he can do in the catch game, against the Chiefs. We saw it. And I think he's just tired of having to block every single game, man. He just doesn't, and we have to do it because of McGlinchey, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the offense is not great. And I think, it's just, I don't know, Ronbo. This O-line, this offense is just outdated, Ronbo. There's a bunch of film. It's been 6 years, Ronbo. There's film of these guys playing together. That's why we're so stagnant. That's why all the defenses can read what we're going to do, Ronbo. These 6 years of the same thing. We ask ourselves, what's wrong with the offense? There's film on these guys. There's film on Jimmy G, Debo, George Kittle, all these other guys. There's so I think that's what it is, Ronbo.
And also, like I said, even if there's film, if you're not winning at the point of impact, if you're losing 80% of the snaps, it doesn't matter what offense you're running.
Yeah.
The defensive team that you're playing against is going to take your stuff down.
Yep.
No matter what you're trying to do, you've got to win at the line of scrimmage at least half the time. Kyle, what do you guys? Why don't you go get some people, man? You got it. There's nobody to go get now, though. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, the trenches. The battles are won in the trenches, and so far, Ronbo, we've been losing every single in the trenches, and maybe this is the reason too why the offense is just horrible, and it is the offense.
It is
the offensive line.
Everybody says run the ball, run the ball. Oh hell, they couldn't run the ball. Every now and then they got a good run off, but normally we can run. But we had last year we had Alex Mack and some other guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that O-line was a little decent than what we have now, Ronbo. They were way better than what we have now.
Oh, God, yes. Because you had some really tough guys. All of them stayed healthy most part. What's his name? Who never gets hurt. Anyway, to Santiago we got to go, and I'll see you Wednesday. Yeah? So we can complain some more.
Hopefully, we could turn something around, man. Because we need something, man. We need something. A little spark, All right, Ronbo, you have a good one, man.
You too, Santana. Appreciate you, fam.
Later.
Have a good night.
Later, man. You have a good one. All right.
And it is Roof, Howard, my dog. Howard, we're still having an issue with that game. We didn't hear from you yesterday, did we? Yeah, I wasn't barking yesterday. Howard, you must have plenty of things to say. What in the world is on your mind after that thorough ass kicking?
Well. It's just what I thought, dog. It was a lot worse than what I predicted.
I was going to say it had to be worse.
Yeah, it was much worse.
Because I did not see that coming.
Oh, was it ugly? Jeez. A lot of things I had to take from this game, man. Trent Williams, Charvarius Ward, and Jimmy Ward should not have been playing. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell they weren't themselves.
They weren't.
They only got up for this game because it's Kansas City. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. Especially
I was scared for Bosa too. I thought he was coming back a little early, but he seemed okay. He just made a couple of goofy mistakes, but still, he looked healthy.
Nick, man, you was a little too high, bro. I don't know what happened, man. So, yeah, man. I don't think the offensive line was terrible. It was just the tackles, especially Mike and McMuffin. Mike and McMuffin was straight.
You know what? You're right. It wasn't the entire offensive line.
It was McMuffin and Trent Williams.
And Trent ain't ready, right? Unless that's just rust.
He didn't look like he was ready. Yeah. He thought he'd just come in there and be like, all right, I'm going to be the big
I'm Trent Williams. I'm
Yeah,
Trent
you know what I mean?
Williams. I'm a bad mofo. I'm the best man in the world.
You gotta say it like him, like, yeah, man, we gotta get in there. We're gonna barrel their ass. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna barrel their ass. And he got embarrassed. Actually, he was the one that allowed this dude to get around him and got to Jimmy, even though Jimmy should have had a clock in his head, just threw the ball away. You know what I mean? Got that safety.
But Jimmy probably made the mistake of trusting. Well, that's Trent damn Williams. I know I got time. You don't even look. All of a sudden, Trent escorted the man over there. Oh my God, Trent! I've never seen you get beat like that. And this is the worst time that could happen. Bam!
Yeah, man. It was crazy, man. It's like, yeah, this offense just leaves a lot to be desired, doesn't it, Ronbo?
I mean,
a lot.
That's just an understatement. I mean, I don't know how they're going to regroup in 5 or 6 days. I can't wait till next week's game, but I'm not coming into with any expectations this week like I have been every week. I'm done assuming that the Niners are going to bring war. They are going to bring whatever they're going to bring, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, just going to play the Rams, probably beat their ass again, you know what I'm saying? It's
Are you sure?
You get tired of seeing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? Like I said, maybe, whatever.
And in fact, I'll get mad if they do, but I'm thinking about it. Because, y'all can play now, right? Where the hell was this last week? We were worried about last week more than this week. Now y'all just playing your ass off. God, come on,
exactly,
man.
Exactly. Kyle got to do these rollouts, man. You got to do rollouts, man.
Thank
Bootleg
you.
action. Cut
Shotgun.
the field in half.
Anything but what you're doing.
Make things easier for Jimmy to read. Let him read half the field. You know what I'm saying?
It gives your receivers time to get in spots. Because as it is, Jimmy's got maybe 2 seconds to make a decision and make a throw. The receivers are fast, but they're not that damn fast. Give it shotgun rollouts, play action. Come on, Kyle. You see what's happening. Adjust.
Utilize all his throwing motions because he could throw sidearm, he can throw, the little flig it, whatever, or just toss it.
He's gonna get
rid
of the ball. Well, one thing Jimmy can do, he'll get rid of that ball quick, but he's got to have a minute.
Get him outside the edge. If there's nothing there, he can throw it away, or he can run if he has a free lane.
Just to make a decision.
Yeah, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, make it easy. Just make it easier. Like, you don't have to do it every single play, but at least 30% of the time. Like, come on, bro.
Somebody said, Kyle, I want you to go out there and you have Mike McGlinchey on your right side and a hobbled Trent Williams on the other. Now let me see how many times you want to put that ball dead under center. Come on, man. Let's go. Put your uniform on. You'll need that. Put your armor on. You're going to need it. Come on, man. That's just stupid.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was scared for Jimmy because when he got tackled hard, he hit his head out. Shit.
Oh, did you see that? How many times did we see that? I said, man, Jimmy ain't gonna last this whole game. They got so bad they showed footage of it, a stretch of about 5 or 10 seconds of Jimmy under siege on everything. I said, that's just murder.
I was surprised he got up, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was done.
Both. Well, Howard, we got to go. I see you Wednesday and see what Kyle has to say. He's going to say something cute and make it sound like, no, I'm not going to change anything. There's some of the things I need better execution. There were some mistakes made. Kyle, you don't.
He better not. He better not throw that deep under the bus again.
Oh, God. Anyway, fam, always good, Howard. I love you, man. We'll see you Wednesday, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Night, fam.
He's our big dog.
Out. And Big Boy Louise says, make D'Amico interim head coach. Lilio saying, how much worse can it be? You see what you did there, Big Boy? You rhymed that too. Make D'Amico interim HC and then the OC. How about, how much worse can it be? I'm so sick of seeing Cal looking clueless on the sideline. I'm so gutted. Oh, Louise, man. Especially when we're calling plays from home. Hey, bring the law in. Hey, Brian. 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 All right, come back to Brian. He might be tied up. Yeah. If the 49ers come out and play nearly perfect football this weekend, though, I'm gonna. There is Mamacita. You want some Latino heat? Latino heat. Latino. If anybody's gonna bring the heat, it's got to be. Emilio, come on in, man, and let it all out.
Oh man, oh shit.
Know where to start, do you?
Who was the one? Was it somebody else talking about? Ronbo, we scored 30 points. You know, I don't know what people were talking about. Who was that one? Was it Donut or was it somebody else? I want to hear it first.
We're having trouble hearing you too. Can we get you to get louder? I want to hear this. I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's a little better. All right. Yeah, I don't know. 30 points. I thought we scored 30 points. Who
was the one after me? Was it Donut, the one that came after me talking about, I don't know, we don't know what we're talking, some fans don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I do remember somebody.
Was it him or?
I do believe somebody said that about you. I'm not sure who it was.
I
said it too.
Put that man on the spot, but that is sad, dude. You want to bank on the defense. Just stop, dude. This you're acting like Shanahan. Oh, when Shanahan, no, dude. You know what? It finally, I done heard, what was his name? Big Show, he finally turned around. It took him a minute. You know, I came after, what was it, Trez? Because I was like, okay, let me give him a shot. Trez been saying it for a while. I finally realized Shanahan's a bum. You just a B-U-N bum. There's no way around it, dude. If you look at the league, you look at McVay, Sean McVay, and you look at LaFleur, your defense is crap. They're not doing so good. Shanahan, your defense is just boo-boo all the way fucking around. I don't want to cuss, but it's just the way they get it around. Dude, your defense is boo-boo. It's just straight boo-boo. There's nothing around it. I'm like, dude.
Good to be there because there are some kids watching.
You out and, defense has done figured you out, and you're still playing the same bull crap you got going on. It's the same one. It hasn't changed. But, dude, you're supposed to be a guru. You're not. You got teams like the Falcons. You got the Chiefs. They're running your offense against you, and you cannot, for some reason, you cannot do it to them. That's killing me. It's just sad. It's sad. It just doesn't make sense why this is even happening. You know, we should be able to put up 30 points a game. We have Pro Bowls on
minimum.
I done said it before. A few of the guys done said it before. We just added a Pro Bowl running back, and for some reason you cannot put up 30 points. It's just effing sad. It is sad all the way around. You can't make no excuses. And you done said, it's that I wouldn't expect that of Jimmy. Jimmy done said your offense is crap. Kittle done said your offense is crap.
And Jimmy don't do that.
And
he don't talk.
You're saying your offense is crap. Exactly. That's the problem. These dudes are starting to finally say your offense is crap and you're not doing nothing about it. I said they're not really officially saying it to his face, but dude, they're coming out and saying to the media, and they're saying it to the fans. Yeah, Shanahan's offense is crap. Like, dude, we can see your shit is crap. Fix it, dude. You're supposed to be a guru, supposedly, and you're not fixing it. It is sad. We need to look. We look at other teams. We can look at the Bengals. They put up 30 points. You look at the Bears tonight. They put up 30 points. And are you telling me you're supposed to be a genius and you can't find a way to put up 30 points a game? Like, this is why I said we were not going to beat the Chiefs. I don't see how you were so hyped about we're going to beat them. No, they're going to find a way to put up 30 points. Some way or another, the Chiefs are going to find to put up 30-plus points. Because Shanahan can't do it. No matter what you do, he counts on his defense too much. If his defense doesn't give him a pick six or find a way to get stops, we're not going to put more up than 14 points a game, which is sad. Maybe 20 if we get lucky. Those field goals should have been touchdowns. 4-3, you should have went for it. You need to realize Jimmy said it, and I wouldn't expect that, Jimmy. We need to put up touchdowns, not field goals. So they're listening to Shanahan because this is Shanahan's team. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm done with Shanahan. If we cannot beat the Rams, we're not going to go to the playoffs. It is point blank simple, blank.
Because we know the Rams ain't going.
If he doesn't find a way, Exactly. If he doesn't find a way to put up more than 20 points this game, he needs to put up 30. I don't care how he does it. I don't which way it is. He needs to find his offense to put up 30 points. He needs to figure it out. Because I can't even blame Jimmy no more. Jimmy has his mistakes because Jimmy is Jimmy, who he does. He throws a stupid interception, throws in triple-double coverage. He's Jimmy. I understand who he is. I'm done. So I'm not blaming Jimmy no more. It is Shanahan. Shanahan is the problem from start to finish. It is Shanahan. It is him.
Hey, he's the boss.
Like
All
saying,
he can do is run his offense.
From here on in, this offense is blue ball offense. I am done. He gets you excited, and then we look like straight dookie at the end of the day. It is sad. Like I say, Jimmy could have, thrown the ball to, that interception he threw before the half. It could have went a different. We could have been up in the lead. I could have took those 3 points maybe.
Get a field goal.
But dude, come on, are you kidding me?
Mm.
Are you kidding me? We could have been at the half. We could have been 28 to what? 7, 10, or whatever it was, 28 to 14. We could have been 20-14, but no.
This team only likes to win when they're front running. Yeah. You know what though?
Like, we know we can.
Unless we was planning on scoring 40 points, we was gonna get a whooping. But we'll see.
Hey,
fam, we got to go though.
He should be Ronbo. He should be able to. He's
I agree.
say, some of you guys, I don't know why he's a guru. If he's a guru, I want 40 points a game. God damn it, 40 points a game. He's a guru. I want 40 points a game. Figure it out, Shanahan. There's no way. I want 40 points a game. Because there's other teams you look at, their defense gets up 20, 30 points on them, and all of their offenses. You look at the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bears, everybody else can score 30 points. We can't.
We got to go.
Damn, dude, I'm
I feel your pain. I really do. Let me see you Wednesday.
All right, you will. Like I said, he needs to fix this shit. I'm done. We lose to the Rams. Fuck Shanahan. He needs to get fired after that game. We need Harbaugh or somebody. I don't know. If somebody else took this team over, we're winning their first season.
All right. I'll see you Wednesday. All right. Hey, Jalen. Oh, Jalen.
I don't think that clown is a fucking guru. He's from Gaze. He's just Mike Shanahan Jr., just like everybody confuses him for us. Every time I hear a take on the 49ers, somebody always calling Kyle Mike. You know why? Because he's riding the coattails of his man. He basically 49ers legacy. He needs to get fired. Ronbo is year 6. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
He got to go. He
might be, At the end of the year, if they evaluate him as being one of the reasons why this team cannot move forward, he could be in trouble. I don't know.
Is Kyle Juszczyk not the best fullback in the league?
He is without a doubt.
Is George Kittle not a top 2? Is George Kittle not a top 2 tight end in the league?
No doubt about it.
Is Debo not one of 3 players that can take a slant 60 yards to the house?
Every day.
So why the hell can we not put up more than 15 points?
And Brandon Ayuk, one of the best route runners in the game. I'm going to go that far. That boy could run some routes. When he does that, defenders can't stay with him. Come on, man. Oh.
Kyle gotta go, Ronbo. He doesn't encourage players. You don't see him running around high-fiving people. He last year we was talking about let's demote him to the coordinator because he just couldn't get the energy up for the players. And now we talking about let's just fire him altogether.
And Jalen, look at him. The man looks worn out. Kyle looks like he's a little older every week now. So, he doesn't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's either running out of ideas or he's getting frustrated. He's supposed to stay pumped.
But what coach do you know with a under 500 record that's been a part of a team for more than 3 seasons that still has their job?
I know.
He's 49ers legacy faithful. Y'all know it. He's 49ers legacy. That's the only reason why he still has that goddamn job, bro. Because his dad.
Jalen, do you remember that photo that they had Kyle sitting in front of his trunk, with his sitting in front of it on the floor, with his head in his hands, and the photo had Bill Walsh was standing up, looking down on him and trying to talk to him. That is iconic. Every time I think about that cap shit, I think, you know what? There it is. You look at that, your imagination tells you everything you need to know. Get up off the floor, Kyle. You're a grown-ass man. Think. You know what? Even if you don't call him a guru, Jalen, he's got better sense of what he's doing. I don't know why he's doing the things he's doing, but it makes no sense. Unless he wants to get fired so he can get paid all the jet owes him.
I told you, he's basically Aaron Rodgers. He's too good. He's too good, man. He's stubborn. He's selfish. He's gonna force something. He's gonna force something into the ground, bro. He's stubborn. He's a man. Like, how do you not be like Ronbo? Yeah, we sick of him. We tired of him at this point, dog. Last week against the Falcons, we got out physical. This week we got out coached. If we lose to the Rams, yeah, he needs to be fired at mid after the bye week. He needs to be demoted or fired because I'm gonna be real with you.
What you're gonna see more of coming up, I think. You remember when TC said, Jimmy and I just made up our mind. I'm gonna go down and he just go throw it to me. If there's a cornerback, if there's a cornerback on me, he's not gonna throw it. If there's a linebacker, they're gonna throw it. Jimmy said, "Damn that." Jimmy threw down to TC, deep downfield. Cornerback was all over TC. I said, "See, that's what it's gonna take." And I knew. And Kyle even said in press conference, "Well, he was supposed to make that throw if TC was being covered by a linebacker, but." He went in and threw it with a cornerback on him. Well, you know what? It worked, Kyle. Would you stop being Joe Coward? Jimmy G can throw the ball all over the field. Let him do it.
Yeah, Ronbo, that's going to only go so far because, yeah, the players can change the play, but they can't change who's in there. You know Jordan Mason needs to be getting more carries. Jimmy
and that's true, too. Yeah.
Right.
It's frustrating because nobody holds their talent back. You let it loose. You work it for all it's worth. You see them in practice, Kyle. You know what they're capable of. What are you scared of? Now, Montana, ain't nobody defending nobody. I'm just telling the truth. Unlike you, who refuses to accept it. God,
yeah.
Some people kill me.
I'm not finna keep blaming Jimmy. I got done.
It's gotten old and stupid at this point.
Yeah. I'm not going to keep blaming him. We know what he is at this point. We've known for 6 years, goddammit.
Do we, though, Jalen? Think about the guy we first met in 2017. Look at the guy we saw in 2017. Compare him with the guy that Kyle has shaped and formed into this robot. That's not the same guy. And that's what bothers me. He was supposed to grow, not stay the same, not stay on a treadmill, but he was supposed to grow. And what do we got? We got him still running your offense, Kyle.
Kyle's offense. How many shots down the field did Trey take? It's Kyle's offense.
And there's another. There it is. Everybody says Trey's got this huge arm. He can blah, blah, blah. He can do this and that. How many times he threw the ball down the field? Power left, power right, run.
Ronbo, I knew this was going to be a hard offensive season when we got a 0 put on us by the Texans that preseason game. When I saw that, I knew it's going to be a tough offensive season again.
That's why Jimmy would complain about leaving.
Every season.
It was happy. It looks like too. It might get better, but unless things change next week dramatically, unless Kyle has
Ronbo, if we lose to the Rams, we're not making the playoffs. But the NFC's too stacked. I mean, look at the Giants, look at the Eagles, Cowboys, Vikings. These are all teams with one loss. Like they.
We gotta go, fam. I'll see you Wednesday though.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Yeah, no, really. Blame Garoppolo for every little damn thing that's wrong with the offense. It's got not only old and tired, it's stupid. It's more than that. Hey, Brian. Yeah. The greatest night for 49. That's what I'm saying. Don't be throwing up 50-50 balls. How often do we win 50-50 balls? George wins. Every now and then Debo wins. But normally, we're not going to win that. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
But we're moaning and groaning about this game. We do have to remember it is a Chiefs.
Yeah, we are.
But we don't, because we barely lost. Did we just barely lose to Atlanta? Which is still, we had no business losing. But the Chiefs set a new record on our ass. Now that's scary.
Yeah, the only reason I actually thought we might be in it is because if what not that long ago, I think it was the Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Raiders by 1 point.
And in the fourth quarter.
And
yeah, the Raiders was beating them up to begin with.
Yeah, and I go, and we couldn't, and we looked good until they stopped using McCaffrey. And it's just like if maybe if he was here, and he had more of the playbook, earlier, then he probably would have played the whole game and probably would have made a difference because he was, making some big yards and making some big plays for a couple of days in for work, so that says a lot, that we have a talented running back that could do stuff that not other running backs could do, but it's actually pretty good. So
yeah, he'll be fine.
That's the only. Yeah.
He'll be fine in a couple of weeks, but we really need to be concerned about. The offense is going to be the offense, but the defense is what we depend on. And if they're going to lose all their people, we really got a problem because this team is not going to get into shootouts and win. You need to just
because Andy Reid did something smart because he did something that we do to Aaron Donald. We
take him out of the game.
Either run after him or we run away from him because you've seen that a lot. You've seen that they will run away from Bosa or, they will, either throw it to a guy, by Bosa and, get it off before he can get to the quarterback. So.
That's what you got to do. That's why the other guys that are supposedly pretty good are supposed to turn it on and love the opportunity. Oh, y'all gonna take Bosa out? Good. One-on-one, bring it on. Come on, guys. What was Ebby Calm yesterday?
Yeah. I'd rather have our backups in there and have our backups lose like that than have our starters lose like that. At least right there we have an excuse, but to do that.
Lawrence, that was young Montana. Supposedly posing as a 49er fan. I'm sorry, go ahead, Bethel. I saw a question I had to answer.
He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Remember,
young Montana
played
hell
for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. All he does is root for Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a Kansas City chat. He just loves Joe Montana because Joe Montana played
for 1 year?
For a little bit.
Oh, why did he go
for 1 year?
Oh, why did he go find a Chiefs site? God, annoying. But
he just likes to just bug us.
But anyway, the defense has got to get healthy. Oh, Eric Armstead has got to bring his ass back. Because you notice the run gets shut down a little better when he's around. Listen, Bethel.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to believe in Javon Kinlaw. Now that he's gone, it seems like I don't know. Is it him missing or Eric Armstead that teams are running on us?
The only way we'll find out
is they got to come back.
One of them comes back and see if it does a difference. See if what happens if they're out there. So and then plus ain't there a thing we could do where we could trade coaches?
Yeah,
and you get some first round picks.
You could trade coaches. Remember that year they were going to trade Harbaugh in 2012. In 2012, yeah, they were going to trade him for Flash Gordon out of Cleveland, and Harbaugh was going to be shipped off to Cleveland. We were going to pick up Flash Gordon. I don't know who's going to coach
all the money that
they can do it.
All the money that we're supposed to pay for them, they're going to pay for them.
Yeah, they got to pick up right? Coaches don't get paid like crazy like players do.
Yeah, then if we want to get rid of them, then don't fire them, trade them, get some first round picks out of them. At least get something. You gotta be smart about it.
Yeah.
At least get some first round picks, and if I remember right,
you got to be careful about that, Bethel, because that's extremely disrespectful. Now, what'll end up happening is you're not going to be able to get any other coach to work for us because that's what you do, head coaches around here. Well, you want to be our coach? Nah, I'll pass.
if I remember right, somebody did that, and people still went to go play for them.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends on what kind of money you're offering. I mean, if you trade me, I'm still going to get paid. If that's all you're worried about is the money, if you're a coach, yeah, it'll work. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm not seeing it done in a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time. It's been a long time since somebody pulled that one off. I don't know.
Yeah, and then plus, there's a DB out there that was a pretty good coach. He's actually a defense coordinator for the Steelers. He's not doing so good over there, but when he was with the Dolphins, he did really good.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name. Yeah, there's a lot of this is a weird season, Bethel. See, that's why we should not be surprised at what's going on. Brady and the GOATs, the twin GOATs, Aaron Rodgers and Brady, getting their butt kicked every week. The Steelers look terrible. I mean, it's just a crazy year. But we got to go though, fam.
Yeah, and plus they're getting beat by sorry teams. So I don't know why people should be.
There's a weird mojo. The Giants
at least
are leading the league. Oh, we got to go, Beth. This is too much stomach. We're out of time. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
All right, see you Wednesday. Hit the like and subscribe, and let's go Niners. Always be faithful. Don't worry about it.
You got to try.
Yeah.
Night, Bethel.
All right, good night.
Oh, God. Godzilla says, Jimmy G would ball out with a players coach like Carroll. Kyle does not pump up the players. This is the last year of the Shanahan era. I'm already fully aware of that. You put Jimmy on a team where there's premier receivers and the coach gives it a green light, guarantee you'll be surprised. I can see it. But, he's a soldier. He stays within the limitations of the coach. Not his, but the coach says we got to do this way. We got to do it this way. But if I'm a coach, that's the kind of player I want. But at the same time, it doesn't do the... It's got to be sometimes you just tell the coach, no. You got to do the Tom Brady. Hey, Brian.
Hey, dude, how are you tonight?
Tired of having to go through these non-victory Mondays. We've had, Brian, this is 2 in a row. Oh, God.
And it's two teams that we probably shouldn't have lost to, but you and me both broke down the season, and we ran through these games. And you and I both thought these were very
winnable games,
highly contested, questionable games that we could or may win. If we win, it's the best thing in the world. But if we lose, the Falcons are not a team that we take lightly.
They better not be.
And
I knew coming to that game after watching the game before, or the week before, they're physical, really physical.
The Chiefs. And go back to the Falcon game real quick. They lost to Tampa Bay. That they thought they should have won. So they were angry.
The refs took that game away from them.
So they took a lot out of us. And then we came in and we were on like cloud nine because we beat the Carolina Panthers, right? And that's a team that we should be like really thinking we're something, right?
Hey, but isn't that the game we lost, Mosley? You can almost collect this. You can check the squares on this, or connect the dots. Mosley goes, and we turn all the way to crap.
Yeah, but see, okay, Ronbo, is that the whole thing though? We got an excuse, and I'm not saying you're throwing that up, but we got an excuse. So we suck because back to the injuries. We suck because of the play calling. We suck because Jimmy can't get it done. Or the wide receivers aren't catching it.
We always got a reason.
The running game.
We always got a reason.
We got a reason, right? So, but we both talked a couple of weeks ago. The Chiefs, the Falcons, they could give us problems. Now, I don't want to take the Rams lightly, but we both know we
Not
probably
anymore.
can win this game.
Yeah.
No, don't take any game lightly, but we are 3-4. We're not 3-5 right now, and we still believe we got a chance. Do you believe there's a chance, Ronbo?
To what? To win next week?
To make a miracle run like we did last year, or are you not?
Okay.
You're not even thinking that.
No. I can answer that.
I mean,
I can answer that right
honestly,
now, really quickly too. I can say this because last year I kind of believed, but in the back of my mind, I said, "Oh my God, this is a high hill to climb." So I'm going to go the same route this year.
So every time, maybe I'm the ultimate homer. I don't know, but every time there's a game, I look at it and I'm like, okay, how are we going to win? And I try to figure out a way in my head. Is it special teams? Is it going to be, how are we? Maybe it can happen, right? Maybe I'm like the kid in Angels in the Outfield. It can happen, right? I'm JP, right? No, there's a chance. That's why we have a chance every game, right? Because sometimes people just don't come to play, and I think we got beat by the Falcons because we beat the Panthers as bad as we did, and we were just coasting. I think that the time change was an issue too because the first game was an early game, and the second game was a later game. I think that does have.
But they were living out there though, right? For a couple of weeks.
Well, they were, but they still had to travel, and anyways, that's no excuse, right? But we were missing players, right? But that's no excuse
that'll hurt
too,
you.
right? We
can prove that. I mean, look at this defense now compared to what it looked like in the first 2 weeks. They were lights out, and now you lose a number of guys, and all of a sudden we're struggling.
So we come back this week, right? And we already know Chiefs are a powerhouse, but we don't have any corners, and the Niners don't put money towards corners for whatever reason. They don't believe in corners.
Yeah,
so Jimmy Ward,
in defense of the 49ers, you can't lose them all. Then you're down to your last couple of guys, and we got one more guy to get hurt, and we're in deep trouble.
Right, but I'm talking about, Ronbo. Every year we draft a defensive lineman. We don't ever draft an O-lineman. We don't ever draft a corner. We've been begging for a long time to get a wide receiver, so they've gotten a wide receiver a couple of times last year, but it's never been a first-round pick, right? So it's not even a big deal. It's just we need our players to execute. So we're going back to Kyle Shanahan. It's 6 years, and I know big talk is going to should we go get Harbaugh? So do you want Harbaugh back, or do you want to leave Kyle Shanahan? What do you think?
I don't know. Harbaugh, it depends on who he brings in. He'd have to bring Fangio with him. If you got Fangio, the defense is already going to be the top dog on your staff anyway, right? So I don't know who he's going to bring in. Harbaugh, I don't know what to say about him. He was a good coach. I'll say that. I'll leave it right there.
Yeah, I believe you, just like you said. But I'm not ready to move off Shanahan yet. He's been developing this team. Nobody came to our team for a while. Why? Okay, Ronbo, do you like the taxes in California without being super political?
I know.
Do you like the taxes in California?
How can you?
You know how much the players, the players don't get paid a bunch of money to come to California.
Because it's going to get 50, 49. What
we're begging players to come play for us. And then we're not paying them a bunch of money either. So what's
what's the attraction?
Why are you coming to? You know what I mean?
Brian, you know what? We're going to run out of time, but excellent point. And I don't know.
It's great talking to you, Ronbo. I want everybody to calm down, and just remember, we didn't have anybody before we had Kyle Shanahan, and let's just see what's going on. Yeah. And if everybody believes that Trey Lance was drafted by Kyle Shanahan, let's let him have his moment with him. We don't let's give it another year. Not giving nobody excuses. We're 3-4 right now. Yeah. We still have an opportunity to win this West and make the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl.
They just got to get healthy.
Stay faithful. A homer or not, guys, calm down. Hey, Ronbo, have a great night. Everybody
You
like
too.
and subscribe to the GOAT, Red and Gold Radio. Good night.
Thanks, man. Night. And we do fireman Shanahan after every loss, and this goes back to last year as well. So I don't know. We'll find out.
Ronbo.
Yo, Jack.
Ronbo.
Yeah, I'm listening, Jack. Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
loud and clear.
Rambo, that's why it's very important, this one really, it will matter, but we got to win. I've been listening tonight. So many in the faithful got a lot of things right. I can piggyback off anybody tonight and make a lot of sense. But I'm going to piggyback off the last caller. It's going to be really difficult to get players to play in California because of the taxes. I think the league got to do something about that. They're going to have to do some adjustments because these states with the higher tax, sooner or later, players are not going to come here. I mean, that's going to be a problem. Also, I think that Kyle has the same problem that he had last year, the offense. They're loading up the box with 9 players, and you have nobody to take it over the top. I don't think, or boy Gray can take on
Jack, let me ask you a question. People say that, and I always wonder, listen, if you're loading a box, I got to wait for a player to get downfield? How am I going to get that done?
Yeah. Man, it's tough, Rambo. I mean, I know football, but I don't. I mean,
I know. That's what I'm saying. If the box is loaded, the best thing you can do is throw a screen. If anybody waits for that, you wait for a receiver to get downfield, that quarterback's going to get creamed, especially with the offensive line.
And I think that Kyle Shanahan don't do screens that much, and Christian McCaffrey, you put him in space in the screen, that might you might take it back for a tub.
Him
but
and
he didn't
Debo.
do any screens on Sunday.
And
But
also,
another
they
thing
wouldn't
too,
load the box if he'd allow more shots downfield. And everybody blames Jimmy. Hell, I bet you any amount of money. Jimmy, if somebody said, Jimmy, you want to throw the ball downfield? I mean, if I had a chance, if they call a play, let me throw it.
Yeah.
I got no reservations for throwing the ball out. Talk to that guy. He's in charge. This is the thing.
Yeah, it's Kyle. Kyle's probably holding him back, and it's just like
No, it's his plays. That's what he wants you to do. He wants that
Yeah,
slant.
you can't bring in.
Hit him quick.
You can't bring Gray in just to take a deep shot. Well,
everybody knows. Everybody knows.
You can't do that. And I tell you what, it's a lot more things can go bad. I'm really thinking about Mike Vinci over there on the right hand. Jimmy can go down. He's injury prone, and Kyle running these plays up the middle with Mr. McCaffrey. He's injury prone. So I don't know, but I do understand one thing: the reason why they got McCaffrey, because he's coming out the backfield. He can catch very good. He's good in space, and he's a good running back.
I mean, did you see that move yesterday though? That boy moves like a ballerina with power. Did you see that two little 3 steps?
Yeah.
They was boom, boom, boom. That his feet hit the ground so fast it picked him up, and he shot through that gap. I said, "Ooh, that's something we don't see every day."
Hey man, Ronbo, he's a bad man, man.
Yes.
Look, man, my son told me, my son said, Dad, whenever there's a white running back, he's a bad man.
That's
said,
you.
"Yeah, son, you're
That's
right,
true.
you're right."
Wide receivers too.
He's a bad man.
I hate to say that,
Rambo,
but it's true.
It's true. He's a bad man. But Rambo, with Kyle, he's very confusing, man. I was listening to you yesterday while I watched the game. My son was saying, Dad, you saying the same thing Rambo saying. Why you keep running up the middle? And I really don't get it with Kyle, but man, it's Debo got hamstring problems now.
Yeah.
So
he's day to day.
I really think Kyle should have used this bye week for his to rejuvenate his players. I think he should have let Trent sit. He should have let Latavius sit. All these guys should have sit, and then also sit in the Rams games a little bit. You know what I mean? And then bring them back after the bye.
Some of them aren't going to play anyway. Debo's not playing next week. I'm almost sure of it. And he's a Ram killer.
He's not playing.
But watch who takes over next week. It's as fast as he learns. I'm looking for CMC to do special things next week. He's played the Rams, and they don't do nothing with him. I can't wait to see what happens to that.
It's just that Kyle always rushing his injured players back too fast. So, and I really don't understand that. As soon as the players, he's back from off the injury list, he's just one day into practice, he's bringing them back. And you don't bring them back
Yeah.
Trent wasn't ready to come back. Trent wasn't ready to come back.
I know. When's the last time you seen Trent Williams get beat like that? And that dude that beat him, that dude wasn't nobody special. Usually Trent takes out league's best and push him back out the street. That was weird.
Bro, didn't we sign Poe to the practice squad? Why can't we bring him up and he can anchor better than Mike McGlinchey, man? I mean, come on, man.
Anybody can do better than Mike McGlinchey.
Man?
Did you see that play, Jack? When the dude knocked Mike McGlinchey, first he knocked him down and almost pushed him into Jimmy, and then he jumped over Mike's poor body laying in the dirt, and then he went and got Jimmy. I said, you know what, Mike, get your ass up and go get him. Give him his pink slip. Oh.
Yeah, his pads too high. He don't use his hands too much. He don't anchor. It's just all wrong. I mean, I'm not an offensive lineman, but
everything you said is accurate.
No better. Like, good Jesus. And then the thing is, Kyle is an offensive guru, right? But again, his offensive weapons is good. But
I don't know.
Here's
like the thing.
Rambo, baseball.
I don't know what they practice on during
baseball,
the week.
Right?
But they got to. We got to go though, fam. Let me see you Wednesday, and we can continue getting mad.
Yeah, Rambo. But let me say one more thing before I go, Rambo. Everybody talking.
Was that Frank Clark on that play? Oh, excuse me, Red Eye. Because all I saw was somebody, and it didn't look like he was coming from the edge. Hey, Edmund.
I'm here, Ronbo.
Edmund, as you may have, if you've been listening any length of time, you know that we're doing a lot of moaning and groaning about this game, as we have a right to. Edmund, any way you want to start, grading the different units, or as we always say, tearing Jimmy up and blaming him for the entire atrocity, or looking at Kyle Shanahan and saying that he is the main reason behind. You see, because the matter is, there's a potpourri of reasons why the 49ers are losing, and you can just pick either one you want. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with Kyle Shanahan. I know that he's the bane of everybody's existence, right now. I mean, everybody's all on this guy like he's 0-100 as a coach, and we just keep paying him for no reason. All right. But the reality is, Ronbo, let's see if we can get in Kyle Shanahan's shoes just for a couple minutes, okay? Every single game, drive by drive, you lose somebody. Juice gets hurt before halftime. So any plays he was going to run with Juice, they automatically get taken out of the playbook, right?
True.
Then you see Jimmy get hit time after time after time. Okay, now we got to adjust for that. Trent Williams was getting beat way too much. He also had 2 penalties. One got called back. Okay, so now I can't protect on left. I know McGlinchey can't protect on the right. And we really got people saying, our offense should be doing this. And it should be... Bro, seriously?
Hey, I'm glad you called it. I was starting to buy the other stuff. You're absolutely right. Go ahead. Give me more.
He's about to be out this week because he's got a hamstring injury. Like, we're losing people every single week, and we act like we're full strength. We've been playing together every week, the entire roster. We're all great. But listen, Kyle is doing the best he can with what he has. Nobody goes into a game and says, we have a plan for our defense giving up 6 touchdowns on 8 drives. Nobody does. No, not even Kansas City. Kansas City don't even think that. As bad as their defense is.
Yeah.
So I think pump the brakes on the whole Shanahan bit. When we get a little healthier after the bye, okay, which we will. We'll get healthier. Christian will be fully integrated into the playbook. We'll have him at full strength. We'll also have Mitchell back, so we can do a little thunder lightning, right?
Well, I had forgotten all about Elijah Mitchell. That's a good combination.
Yeah,
Mitchell and McCaffrey.
It is. It's
the Eminem brothers,
and it'll keep them both fresh, right? I mean, we won't have to wear one down and wear. That's gonna be huge for us, man. And also, the number one thing, man, I'm a very patient person when it comes to the defense. I've watched Robert Saleh do wonders with this defense, even when they were hurt and stuff. And he had bad games too. I mean, the Miami game immediately comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
But my issue with D'Amico right now is, I keep saying it, the NFC Championship game, the Rams isolated K'Wan Williams, and he was thrown at 8 times and gave up 7 catches, and 5 of them were to Cooper Kupp. And D'Amico never made an adjustment. And so yesterday, I'm watching Travis Kelce, and there's always one guy by him, not 2. Like, are you kidding me, Ronbo?
And it was Javarius too many times. Exactly. I couldn't understand.
They got one weapon. One. His name is 87. He's the best tight end in the league, somewhat. I still think Kittle's the best, but I mean, Kittle can't stay healthy enough to take that crowd anyway.
And they got him blocking.
Why am I not
biggest percentage of the time?
Why am I not making Mahomes make everybody else beat us? I know he wants to go to 87. The guy had 4 touchdowns last week. Like, why would I leave him in single coverage the entire game? There's no, like, dude.
You mean 4 touchdowns a week before?
Looking like Jerry Rice?
Hey, fam. You mean the week before? Because Buffalo said, no, we ain't having that. If y'all gonna beat us, it ain't gonna be with Travis. And they took Kelsey's butt out of that. For 3.5 quarters, I watched him like a one play or two. It worked.
Ronbo, does Buffalo have better personnel than we have? Von Miller equals Bosa. Now everybody else, you telling me they got better personnel?
No.
They have better scheme and a coach that makes adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm calling something and it's not working, why do I keep calling it?
Thank you.
Last week we gave up the 3rd and 12. This week, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 20. They got 91 yards on those 2 plays, Ronbo. That's a football field. You got 100 yards on 2 plays because why? You knew exactly what defense we were going to be in. That's why. And you called the perfect play for what we were going to be in. And that pisses me off more than anything else. Everybody's talking about offense. Hold on. Everybody's talking about offense. You can't give up 500 yards and 6 touchdowns and think you're going to win it. You're not going to win that game.
Hey, I said Andy and his staff, they had the antidote to every last thing the 49ers want to do. Just like you just mentioned just then, instead of doing a Bill Belichick that says, I'm not letting you beat me with your best player, they take Kelsey out like they did in Buffalo. Why didn't we think about that?
Right.
You can learn from the examples of other people. Use them. Don't let Kelsey win this game. My God.
And especially when you, like, my problem with D'Amico stems from he keeps calling the same thing like we got a healthy defense. You can't call the same stuff you called in the first 2 weeks. We don't have that defense. Eric Armstead is not out there.
I know.
Right? And so, and that's another thing, Rumble, as I say with Shanahan, listen, every week, you guys say, well, he looks older every week. You know why he looks older every week? Because every week, his team changes every week. This week, Debo's day-to-day with a hamstring. Juice is out until after the bye. But we might get Eric Armstead back.
Maybe.
Like,
it's only a maybe, though.
I mean, and by the way, when we leave the Rams game, expect to have 2 or 3 more prominent names on the show. Because that's just how our team is.
Oh.
Like we act like Shanahan's dealing with a full deck of cards and we got a healthy roster. He's not play to play. He's losing folks.
You know what? I appreciate the truth, but I feel more depressed now that you started with the truth, and it's just killing me. And we got to go, though. I'll be back Wednesday, and you can bring some more truth. I'll be better prepared for it. But I just gave you a whole new insight on Shanahan, and I do have a little sympathy for him. I'm done bashing him. I wasn't really bashing him. I just didn't appreciate some of the plays he calls. And see, I feel like he handcuffs the offense every now and then, but okay. Anyway, you brought a lot of light to what's going on here. I'll tell you what, I'll see you Wednesday. Hope you got some time.
All right. Sounds good, Ronbo.
All right. Peace. Night, Edmund. Good to hear from you again.
You too.
Red, there's a poster up now saying George Kittle and Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, 98 yards exactly apiece. So where are you getting this 112 to 90? Anyway, be ham. Be ham. Be ham might be rolling down the highway and looking at America from his window. Or he's laying back having a fish sandwich. Oh, that's Frank, likes some fish sandwiches. But yeah, we'll come back if you can hear me. And you just can't answer right now. Hey, Steven in Rome. We've not heard from you guys in days. Hey.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, how you doing? You go ahead and say, doing as good as a 49er fan can be doing today. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Ooh, Ronbo. I can't. Ronbo. God damn, Ronbo. I think I speak for everybody when I say everybody played bad. Everybody. Now, I don't think there was one single standout player that actually played good that game. McGlinchey played as good as he always does, which is not good.
Wait, Steve. He was a little worse than usual. He's always strangely bad when it comes to protection. But yesterday was an embarrassment. When I see him laying on the ground, did you see that time they showed the camera up close on him? You could see McGlinchey holding on to the guy, and he had his eyes closed like, oh, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh. I said, Mike, somebody just slap him. Wake him up. Oh. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, I can't. I mean, Trent Williams probably played the worst game of his life.
Yeah. He came back
Jeff
too soon.
Wilson Jr., I don't get what the fuck is wrong with him. Jimmy G played like he was injured again.
Might have been. He took a lot of punishment. I mean, a lot of punishment.
And it's like Frank Clark had his number the whole. He might as well just give Frank Clark his jersey because that's how many times Frank Clark got to him.
It's not a car accident every time. Bam, bam, bam. I said, you know what, ref? Every now and then, why don't you just throw the flag for unnecessary roughness? Just give us a break.
Hey, Ronbo, who's number 3? I can't remember. Who is number 3?
On our team or theirs?
Our team. Wide receiver, number 3. Who is that? Is that Ray Ray?
Yes. It's Ray Ray. Go ahead.
He's on my shit list.
Ray Ray's been on my list for a couple of weeks since he missed that touchdown last week.
Ronbo. I was watching the game at work, and I'm not going to lie to you. Me and a customer, I sell cars. I was trying to do a sell in the middle of the deal. Mm-hmm. We're watching the game together.
You said a bad word.
And right before the second half, right before halftime, Jimmy G throws it to Ray Ray, and that was when he gets an interception.
Yeah.
Tell me why I watched that play, and Ray Ray didn't even bother to jump.
He's too small.
How are you?
He thinks he's got an inferiority complex. He probably thinks he's too small, and he is. But he could have not. He could have stopped the other guy from getting the ball. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
And here's another thing. Jimmy Ward got cooked. He got cooked. There's nothing. He got cooked out there, Ronbo. And Talanoa Hufanga, man, did we give him so much praise. Couldn't fucking make a tackle to save his life. Fred Warner, non-existent. Everybody we had on that defense, non-existent. Everyone we had on our offensive line, non-existent. Everyone we had as a weapon on our offense, non-existent. All of our fancy play calling, non-existent. We looked like the fucking Jaguars out there yesterday, and it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing that we had Jim Harbaugh, our 2012, Super Bowl competitors, there at the time, and we just signed Christian McCaffrey. And I'm gonna put it in the words that Brandon Ayuk said: "There is too much talent on this team to only score 23 points." And he couldn't have
that's
said
what we
it
average
better.
about.
Rumble, with the amount of talent the 49ers had, the score should have been flipped completely. Talanoa intercepted Patrick Mahomes, and we had nothing to show for it.
We sacked Patrick Mahomes, and we had nothing to show for it. We ran great plays, and then we just stopped doing great plays. We have the best left tackle, one of the best running backs, one of the best wide receivers, one of the best run games, one of the best defenses, one of the best defensive ends, one of the best rookie safeties. One of the best of the best of the best. The list goes on and on and on.
Okay, but Steve,
and we had nothing to show for it.
Edmund just brought up a good point. That's why, you can't keep losing valuable personnel. The next man thing is okay, next man up, but not all of them. You can't have entire units being replaced by that next man. And Edmund pointed out something I just didn't really think about. If I got a game plan and I got all my guys leaving because they're hurt, it kind of screws up my game plan, especially in the middle of the game. We got to get mad, though. You got to designate blame. People, it's funny, too. Last year, everything that was wrong, whether it was offense or defense, was all Jimmy's fault in the minds of some people. Even media thought the same thing. If there's something going wrong on defense, that's Jimmy's fault. If there's something wrong on offense, oh, hell yeah, it's Jimmy's fault. If they're dropping passes, damn that, it's Jimmy's fault. We could always go to Jimmy, the blame, right? But yesterday, like you mentioned, we had plenty of people to get mad with yesterday. Oh, that was crazy.
Ronbo. And I'll tell you this right now.
Real quick.
The difference, because I'm starting to see people go, oh, bring Jim Harbaugh back. The main difference I can tell you that Jim Harbaugh brought was the energy. That man had the energy.
Yeah, he's rah-rah.
Kyle doesn't.
That's
he's
true.
about as stale as bread, bro.
Steve, we haven't seen heard the names. Hey, we'll be back Wednesday, and let's see what Kyle has to say. He better say something nice to make us all get excited. But I'll see you then. And give my best to Rome, too. Is he asleep?
Yeah, he's asleep.
All right. All right, fam. Have a good night. Appreciate you.
You too. Good night.
Hey, Frank, come on in here with that fish sandwich. Frank. We lost Frank yesterday. Frank. See, that's why you got to be careful about eating fried foods. They sort of have a sedative effect on you afterward because of the heavy amount of calories. I mean, that's the truth. Both sides of the ball gave us the second half. There's no one fault. It's whoever you hate the most, blame him. Luigi? Luigi. Are we saying legit? Legit! Hello?
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
What is your name, fam?
It's legit.
Oh, okay, they did write it right. I thought somebody spelled it wrong. Legit, come on in, fam. Because, this is Monday. We call it Raw because the fact that we get, down and dirty about what happened, especially when we lose. I don't know why we call it Raw when we win, though, but we haven't had a victory Monday in 2 weeks, and everybody's getting a little mad. But what are you thinking?
Well, this is legit, but the Niners got a legit ass whooping.
So true. That was legit. My God.
Yeah, and the Chiefs had a legit game plan, and we didn't.
Didn't they?
And, yeah, see, Rome, I've been a 49er fan a long time. And, you're only as good as, the leadership there. And I know we've been bashing Kyle, but his game planning, he doesn't really understand that you can't use the same formula every week. And I heard a lot of people say that all people are getting hurt. Well, that's the point, to make adjustments. And then people are saying, well, you can't go next man up. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're professionals. You're supposed to go next man up. So one of the things that's really sad about Kyle is that he doesn't seem to understand that when you're playing somebody like Andy Reid, who looks at everything. Remember how they got us, even to get us to mess up on the field goal? they're doing a lot of psychological sports. There's a lot of psychological things going on. So it's more than just the physical stuff. It depends on how your entire team has a collective psychological perspective on who they are.
Oh, yeah, it's a
And if
chess
they don't
game.
have that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a chess game. And then you got Kyle, the last caller said that certain coaches know how to rile up the players.
Yeah, the troops.
And Kyle's the kind of guy that, when you look at it on the sidelines, I always like to see the coach once in a while walk up to a player, not to yell at him, but just to coach him. You're supposed to be coaching on the sidelines, not just for game planning.
Yeah, don't stand down there and not pay attention to the guys. That's a good point.
Yeah, so you coach in the locker room, but then there's active coaching while the game is going on. And so let's say a player didn't run the route out, the route right. You go out there and tell them, hey, man, we need you to do this. We need you just to pump them up. I remember all the classic coaches that won Super Bowls, they usually do something like that. And Kyle, he's just by himself. He's like in his own little world. And that connection right there doesn't translate to winning football. So I don't know, Ronbo. That was a tough one.
Though, he's always been like that. The as they call him, the strong, silent type. But you know what's funny about Shanahan? When he gets pissed, he gets really. There's been some candid shots where he really gets mad. I don't know what he's doing during practice. If guys are doing the wrong thing and he gets after them, but he's not going to do it on the field during the game. That's true.
Yeah, but you're supposed to do it in the field because that's when the live bullets are happening.
I agree.
Exactly, because that's when they got to see that. Oh man, this guy is out there with us emotionally.
Yeah.
Exactly, but if you don't do that, then everybody's kind of like in their own little worlds. These guys are disconnected. It's supposed to be like a one type of force coming together against the other team.
Yeah.
We're divided up. All the offense over here, defense over here.
You know what though?
Special teams are over here.
But D'Amico and Robert Saleh, they do it to death. I love it. But did Bill Walsh? Did he actually rah-rah on the sidelines very much? I'm starting to think.
He didn't do it that way, but he did it more like a professor. There's that classic picture of him in Montana where he's talking to Montana, and they're both like kneeling down, and they're talking about what to do in the middle of the game in the stadium, and they're both kneeling down to like figure out how can we get on the same.
You gotta
page.
like that style too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but Kyle doesn't do that. Kyle just he does too much analytics. Well, the analytics say you guys go for it right here. Sometimes you got to play situational football, and sometimes you got to play emotional football. He goes too much by the numbers, man.
And you know what? You got to learn to trust your players. You can't be like the fans that think this guy can't play or this guy can't play. You see him every day in practice. You know what he's capable of. Cut him loose. Because Kyle goes conservative sometimes in certain instances where I think, why are you doing that, Kyle? You know, you could have went for that, or you could have did this, you could have done that.
Yeah, you got to cut him loose, and then you see what they do with Mahomes. He throws some of the weirdest footballs out there, and nobody's worried about his proper throwing motion
and throwing through
they
tiny
just
little
let him throw
windows.
it.
He is amazing.
But you see my point.
No, I
yeah, but
do.
you see my point. That
Absolutely.
they let him throw it, so we got to do it. But I understand, Rambo. But hey, man, you know we're Niner fans. We're gonna tough it out. We got the best looking team out there. But if I see this nonsense, I hate to say it, Kyle got to be on the chopping board, man. That's just
Well, he might be.
that.
Well, at the end of the season, he'll be evaluated. But, you know, last year he was probably on the chopping board, and look what happened. We damn near went to the Super Bowl. That's why he'll always get the benefit of a doubt until certain things happen, I guess.
Well, maybe we just got to scare him that he's going to be on the chopping board so he can snap out of it.
It looks like he's not scared. All right, fam. I'll see you Wednesday. You've got some time. Good to hear from you. All right, legit.
Oh, no problem. I'll be back in because I got to get everybody pumped up. So take care, Rumble.
All right, fam.
All the Niner fans, take care, man. Everybody chill out. All right.
Good night, fam.
All right, man.
And young Montana, when's the last time Jimmy G threw a pick six? Why don't y'all stop lying? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me all right?
Tony, I can hear you so loud and clear. Tony, come on in and bring some more good sense to this show.
Ronbo.
We don't handle losing. We just don't.
Well, we shouldn't. Because,
it's really
we
uncomfortable.
play. Well, I don't, because I'm on the other side of the planet. But the fans should get angry because they're the ones that pay all the money for the tickets and
I
everything
know you
else.
got a good point.
Jerseys
Season holders, season ticket holders, things like that.
So they've got a right to get angry. But let me ask you a question, Ronbo. Compare how long does Kermit the Frog have to throw the ball?
He did get a lot of time yesterday, more than I didn't pay much attention, but you're right.
All right, so I don't know what kind of football you guys watch over there, but when I watch it, to me, the quarterback has to have a lot of time to throw the ball. I said it to you a couple of shows ago.
Yeah.
It takes a guy to run 40 yards in 4.45 seconds. He's not going to run 40 yards in 1.5 seconds. And that's all Jimmy G's got to get rid of the ball. Now,
if that.
That's a big factor. And if Kyle is an offensive genius, well, why doesn't he have the best offensive line on the planet to start with?
Because you're not getting your plays off. That's true. Unless you got somebody to hold.
McGlinchey can't protect for shit.
Oh.
Is he worth $10 million a year?
They're not renewing his contract. Wait a minute.
Did
they renew his contract? No, they didn't pick up his 50-year option. That's what it is.
Yes, they did.
They did?
I'm pretty sure they did.
You might be right, because I can't remember. Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I
Well,
mean,
they had
if I
to.
gave you $10
This is
million,
fifth year.
Ronbo, and said to you, go and find me an offensive lineman to protect my quarterback, you reckon you could find a better one than McGlinchey?
Overnight.
Bloody
because
hell you
McGlinchey's
could.
not good.
Exactly. So, a quarterback. What's a quarterback? A quarterback is a person that delivers the ball to his
He's a distributor.
offensive players.
Yeah.
He's not Derrick Henry, Ronbo.
No.
All right.
People don't
That's
care.
what he's done with Trey
he's a
Lance.
statue.
A quarterback is not Derrick Henry. You don't run Trey Lance into 3 brick walls and expect him to come off better than them.
It's even more wild. Hey,
You've got to be an effing idiot, mate, to expect that.
But you know what? That he did that at school, but Kyle should have known. Kyle, you got to teach him to work from that pocket. If he runs, run when he can, when it's necessary. But don't run all the time.
Listen,
he ran design plays.
School. You're talking about school.
Yeah.
If two 6-year-olds had a punch up, how much damage can they do to each other? Fuck all. This isn't school, brother.
I know.
This is the real world.
That's why I don't know why Shanahan thought a bunch against a grown man. You're going to continue to let him do what he did back at Dakota? No. If you're going to design runs maybe or run around the side or bail on a play, I'm telling you right now, Shanahan did not pick him or else he wouldn't have treated him like that. You know what? He should have been throwing the ball more than he was, but Chicago would run power runs. Power runs, Tony. In the NFL, he's barely got any experience as it is. What was that? If I didn't know better, I can't believe he would do that. Did he set that kid up to get hurt? Every now and then I entertain that thought.
So do I. And people that say he shouldn't be on the chopping block, he should be on the chopping block because he's had 6 years to perfect the offense. All right? The defense is it's been perfected. John Lynch goes and gets defensive players, and the defense has carried us with Salah and D'Amico Ryan. All right? The other thing is, when you're 14 points in front, all right, what did Bill Walsh used to do? Variations of the same thing.
Yeah, he's got all his plays have concepts.
Okay, why didn't he if you're in front, why don't you just start doing variations of what you've just done on the opposite side of the field? Change it, switch it around a little bit. Just mix a few different things in there. I guarantee you, Ronbo, I guarantee you, if you let the huddle pick their own plays,
it'll be different.
All right? If you let Debo and this and that, mofo, I'm going to be running this route, I'm going to run, and Jimmy, you're going to be up there, you're going to be throwing it to me. I bet you they'll win the game.
I tell you, there's
I
been
bet
many
you
occasions.
they will win the game.
I have been professing this for a long time. Let Jimmy audible and let them come up. They've been running your offense long enough. They know what you want them to do, but they might want to change it just enough because they know. I know if I'm Debo, I know what I got guarding me. If
Do you
I'm
remember
Jimmy,
when? You remember against the Cowboys, Ronbo? Debo, Shanahan, give me the fucking ball. Give me the ball.
No, you see, that's what we're talking about. Tony,
he knows what he's capable of.
They all do, but you got to stay within the structure of the Shanahan offense. Sometimes it needs to be breached. I mean, come on, Kyle. Anyway, Tony, we do have to go. We always run our clock quickly because we're having too much fun. I'll see you Wednesday, all right?
All right, brother.
All right.
Shout out to everyone and piss Shanahan off. Get the plane out. See you in the next chapter.
Looking forward.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Tony. Clarence Molina, I see you. Thanks, fam. And let's get Tony in there. Tony, and the other Tony. We're going to do two T's.
Ronbo, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Tony, you know how we do. We're having to endure what you guys did to us last week and this week as if, I don't know, I had a feeling the 49ers would come out ready to play today. But you know what? Edmund pointed out something to me that we all need to take seriously as 49er fans. Listen, you ain't playing with the same excellence of personnel that you had in week 1 and 2. Granted, we still lose the game against the Broncos, but still, you don't have that level. So Shanahan's out there. If he's making plans with this guy, and this guy, and this guy, granted, he should have known what he had this week, but they're dropping like flies even as we play. Jimmy Ward has to come off the field. His cast is not allowing him to play. All of a sudden, Tavarius Ward, that leg, it seems like it's not working. They're smoking him deep, right? And, Trent Williams is not looking healthy. The offensive line is getting breached on every snap. Jimmy Garoppolo's getting driven in the dirt on every snap. So, it's like if I'm Shanahan, I'm watching this all unfold in front of me. I'm starting to become sympathetic. Tony, is it me being a wuss? Should I be more hardcore and less tolerant? Or where would you think on this?
I think you should be a little bit more hardcore towards Shanahan. Ronbo, in yesterday's action, your defense and our defense played the worst of all the teams in the league.
Giving them 9 and 10 yards a shot. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we were down 21-0 before we even know it hit us. And we lost 3 corners yesterday. Our top 2 corners and our number 4 corner all yesterday.
But you guys came back against Tampa Bay. And then again, Tampa Bay is having their issues. But still, you had the resiliency, the wherewithal, the mentality to keep forging on. We just got worse and worse. I couldn't wait for that game to end. I said, you know what? They could throw a white flag out on the field. This is embarrassing, The
number one defense against the number 1 offense. I knew, Ronbo, I hate to say this because I'm not a superstitious person.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew you guys were going to lose when Casey hit that 3rd and 20, was it? And they got a 33-yard touchdown. Right then and there, I said, this game is over.
Oh, because, Jerick McKinnon couldn't wait. Oh, he could. Jerick McKinnon probably went in the locker room, was laughing so hard they had to contain him. Got him. Don't let me go for it. I got him. I got him. Okay, you know what, Jerick? Shut up. You got away because you was hurt the whole time, and the 49ers paid you how much money to sit around watching TV and gain weight. Okay.
He ain't doing that now. He ain't sitting around watching TV and gaining weight now.
No, because he also
he's not earning his. He didn't earn his money with you guys.
You see, and the thing is with the Chiefs, he's just showing out. That's not the first game I see Jerick McKinnon. He played against the Raiders. He did a great job too. So, yeah. But you know what? He was hurt. I understand that. And I wanted to see what he looked like. Everybody was trying to trade him before he came off the IR. And I said, you know what? I want to see what this guy looks like. I knew he could play. And now we can see, oh, yeah, he can play.
A lot of 3 and 4 teams in the league, Ronbo. Got a couple of them tonight with Chicago taking it to New England like they did.
I enjoyed that. I was laughing.
We're 3 and 4. Y'all 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's a lot of 3 and 4 teams. And the Rams are. I hope the Rams are overconfident, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Because the Rams are a home team. You know how they do the odds and all that. They're the home team, right?
Yeah. They got 3 points up on us already.
No. The 49ers are 2-point favorites.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Yeah, -2.
They're going with the betting.
Yeah, it's San Francisco -2. So if the Rams are all that, they ain't even favored their own stadium.
I just hope that the 49ers come out there and deliver this week.
Yep, they're going to be mad this week.
Well, you know
right
what?
medicine.
You know, Trent Williams might look, if his ankle's not hurting, I suspect he's going to look better this week. Mike McGlinchey might be embarrassed to the point that he does something to improve this week. I don't know what he can do, but he's got to do something better than that. And just maybe Kyle Shanahan decides to allow a little more, just, Kyle, you don't have to, a little more creativity. Kyle, stop doing the same thing you do all the time because the results are going to be the same as well.
It'll be some more creativity because now McCaffrey's going to have a full week of practice in the playbook.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yep. Yes. He should be a little better this week.
2-point dogs for a reason. Yeah.
I forgot about Christian.
Yep. Put Jalen Ramsey on him. Let's see what happens. Ramsey will get beat and start complaining.
I want to see Jalen I want to see McCaffrey in the slot. Some of the runs. I want him to run some stretch. Stop running them with the middle, please, Kyle. Please, please, please. Yeah, okay.
And Ronbo, I'm kind of saddened today, but I understand how the business of football is. You heard about Matt Ryan, right?
They benched him. Right? I was going to ask you about that. That's right, when I heard about that. They benched him.
Yeah, they say he's got a grade 2 separation of the shoulder, but he's benched for the rest of the year. Sam Ellinger is going to be the starter, and Nick Foles is going to be the backup for the rest of the year. Matt Ryan,
poor Matt.
He's tied for the league in interceptions with Matthew Goldenboy Stafford with 9. Matt Ryan has 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Matt Ryan has been sacked 24 times, which is number 1 in the league. He's been knocked down. He's been knocked down 17 times.
Yeah.
Which is number 1 in the league. And the Colts offensive line, there's a lot of things going on with the Colts, but Frank Reich
they had a good offensive line. I don't understand.
I don't understand either. They were top 5 the last 5-6 years. Now they're at the bottom of the list. Most sacked quarterback. And I just feel bad. You know, Matt Ryan, and I already said this about Julio. Julio Jones ain't played since week 1. He needs to go and retire, man.
No, you know Julio. Julio's raking in cash. They got to pay him regardless, and Julio knows it.
Yeah. They both need to go ahead and retire, though. But Matt Ryan had such a great game the week before, but you don't throw 42 times. You don't complete 42 passes in 58 attempts.
Yeah,
that's just ridiculous.
No, that's gonna leave your arm hanging anyway. I mean, throwing that often is just not healthy.
And you're still getting hit, you're still getting sacked, and
and
24 sacks. That's
and how old is Ryan this year?
37, I believe, 37, going on 38.
Yeah, he's taking that kind of punishment. Well, Tony, I tell you what, I'll be back Wednesday, and let's see what's going on around NFL again, and your team and mine, and all that other fun stuff. But
Rams, your 2-point dog. 2-point dog, Rams. Hey, Ronbo, before I leave, what happened? Womack played. Is Womack hurt? The rookie?
Diamador beat him out. That's all I know, according to Kyle Shanahan. So
they need to get him on the field, at least in part-time duty.
I think so. I agree. Because he's probably going to develop into something special at some point. He's got the dog in him he needs, and let's see where he goes from there.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tony. See you Wednesday. Appreciate you.
I'll see you Wednesday, sir. Have a good
All
night.
right. Night, Tony. And let's go see if B-Ham is available. B-Ham. I heard something. B-Ham's trying to get in. I think there's something wrong with this with the connection. You know, here comes the Hawks, right? I've seen a name that we haven't had to be bothered with for a long time. Somebody, just remember one thing: we've already beat you once, so don't start because you got no right to start. Hey, Frank.
Well,
Frank, we've been looking for you, man, all night. Come on, man.
No, man. My bad, Ronbo. Yesterday, I accidentally hung the phone up, and when I tried to call back, the PIN number was down. So
We probably ran out of time, yeah.
Yeah, that was my fault, man. The fish sound was getting too good, man. I think I hit the button. Hit the wrong button. Yeah, Ronbo. I was trying. I definitely want to call him back yesterday. I agree with every point Trez made yesterday, man. It's levels to this, Ronbo, and we predictable, Ronbo. I already be knowing what play we about to run. You know, every time
before we run it.
Every time, before we run it. Every time you put Debo in the backfield, the team knows that the ball going to Debo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Cal, why you run the same set of offensive plays, Ronbo? Like, I don't get it. I don't get what Cal thinking or what he doing. Like, we playing a rookie secondary. They secondary is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City.
And we made it look,
like,
we made it
like,
look good.
We can't even put up no points, Ronbo. We don't put up no points. Every other team can put up points except for us. And like, you know, that's why I was saying, man, about he not. I don't get where he got that guru offensive genius. And I guess it came from Atlanta when they had that hot year and they was just all blowing everybody out. And I guess that's where it come from. Cause I don't know. I don't see it when he with my mom, when he with our team. So I don't know where that come from. Andy Reid is the guru. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you know, in my opinion, against Kyle, you know, just look at Andy Reid got an offensive coordinator. That's what Kyle needs. He need an offensive coordinator, but he's too arrogant. You know, he don't want nobody to get the credit. And you know what I'm saying? That, you know, they the reason why this, they the reason why, you know, this working and that working. You know, he's just too arrogant, man. And we're not going nowhere, Ronbo, with Kyle still at the helm, Ronbo. It is what it is. Until we make a change, you know, a new scenery, a new voice that come in that locker room and come in there and take over this team, man, we not going nowhere, man. You can see it's written on the wall, man. It's done. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, but it's done. That was embarrassing last night, man. That was just embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at D'Amico Ryan. You know, he been holding it down, but D'Amico, you know, not to play zone defense against.
Too many people
on
defense.
You know you don't play zone. No, but you still don't play zone against Patrick Mahomes. You know
that has everybody
like,
confused. Why
Tampa Bay showed us in the Super Bowl how you beat Patrick Mahomes, how you beat him. You know he's gonna throw the ball all day.
Yeah.
How you still in zone coverage?
I
give him a pass because he
put everybody back in coverage, right? Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just I don't have no. I mean, you know, we can hold the faith and try to keep the faith, man. But it's hard, man, when you got that type of coach like that, man. Like he don't look at the play the same exact play every week. Rob, our offense stink. Like it stink. I mean, he do the same exact plays, Romo. Debo in the backfield, then he switch it up, put McCaffrey in the backfield, then Wilson in the backfield. You running around the back way like we don't do no reverses, Romo. The dude scored 3 times, Harmon, 3 times on the same exact play. The same exact play on the reverse. Why we don't do that? Why we don't? I mean, we got speedsters on it. Why we don't do that? You can do it with you can do it with McCaffrey. You can do it with Debo. Why you don't do that? I don't understand. I'm like, Kyle, what are you doing? Like, you know, I ain't mad at Jimmy because we know what Jimmy is. But Kyle, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it, man. Like, why are you making it so difficult, man? I don't understand, man. You got so much time. Ron, let me ask you one thing real quick. Is the team we have now, is it better than the Atlanta team when Cal was it that went to the Super Bowl?
No.
So it's
Actually,
the same.
no. You know what they had? They had a court. When you got Julio, you're automatically a better air show. And then Julio had three guys around him that were perfect matches. That's why they're the seventh most productive offense of all time. Then you had Devontae that also led the league in rushing that year. Their offensive line was not as porous as ours. They actually had Alex Mack in the middle. They had some. That was a good team. Offensively, personnel-wise, yeah, they were better than us.
Okay, I just wanted your opinion on that.
Yeah,
but I
that
don't
doesn't
know,
mean
Ron.
we should
It's too much
be
time.
struggling like we do, though.
We shouldn't at all, Ron. It's too much talent. We got one of the best tight ends in the league. We got one of the best route runner receivers in the league with Brian Ayuk. We have Debo.
And Kyle was using two tight
triple
end
threat
sets at that time. He could do that now, but Kyle, all the things that used to work for him, he doesn't want to seem to do them now. I guess he thinks he should evolve. I don't know.
So I don't know, man. I just look at it, man. There's levels to this, man. And what we just played yesterday is showing that we not on that level yet. You know, so and it's all on Kyle, man. So, there's the blame for him, man. We had to make a change, but we can definitely get another coach. Like, I don't care, because Kyle offense not really, I'm not impressed. So we can get somebody.
When you score
come
20-something
out
points with all those guys, you got to do better than that.
Well, I know Detroit be putting up numbers around, man.
Detroit
Except for yesterday was the only game. This is the only game they scored 6 points. Other than that, Detroit putting up. Look at Seattle.
Well, no, Detroit got shut out.
Yeah, look at Pete Carroll. Well, look what Pete Carroll doing.
And that's the guy I'm talking. If you want to talk about somebody that's doing a good job,
they put up 30 and 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's crazy, man.
Pete's got a more freewheeling, a little less structured offense, and I'm impressed with that because usually that's not a good idea. And the Cardinals are a good example as to why that's not going to work.
But they putting up 30-some points. Man, Gino over there balling, man. See, they don't really had nobody besides they Lockett and the other dude.
Metcalf? But that ain't nobody. Metcalf is a handful. And Lockett is underrated.
Yeah,
but you know what? That doesn't mean the 49ers should be bad. They should be a lot better.
Our offense better than that, way better.
I agree.
But I guess, matter of fact, let me take that back. No, it's not. Because we can't. No, it's not. Because once we put up 10 points, it's over. So it's not. Our offense not better than that. Let me take that back. It's not.
They ain't paying us to score 110. Frank, we gotta go. Hey, I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
I see you Wednesday, Ronbo. Man, have a good one, man. Go ahead, maybe take me another bite of fish sandwich. All right, Ronbo.
Night, Frank. And hey, Merrick.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yes, Merrick. Oh man, I tell you what,
I am depressed, and I had to pull a Kyler Murray and play some Call of Duty yesterday.
Yeah. Is that his favorite game?
Yes.
I don't blame you. It's just, we start out every game. Look at the 49ers. Are they ready to play today? Wrong. They're done. Why? It's the first quarter's almost over.
Yeah, I don't know why we're like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. We're super scary in the first half, and the second half, so we turn into a potato. And just can't score.
It follows no line of logic or rationale you can really actually look at and make sense of. It really is strange.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I wonder why our defense was so horrible.
Well, they got people missing too.
thought,
Yeah, they got the wrong people missing as well.
Well, I think the only people we're missing were Armstead and Kinlaw, and that's pretty scary to know that our defense is almost as healthy as it could be this far in the season. They were this bad.
Then you had to lose Ward, and you got to do things differently. But you're right. The front four, it's not depleted to the point where it should be totally reliant on one or two guys. Although we know now that Eric Armstead is very seriously important for the run, as well as Javon Kinlaw, apparently. because teams are able to run on us. And you know what? The Chiefs aren't real famous for running. But when I'm watching 3rd and 20, you give the ball to Jerick McKinnon, he runs for 34 damn yards. That's, 3rd 11, again, no stop. I said, how come? And, these are kind of things that I'm thinking the defense,
The part that
the players that are missing were very important.
the part that annoyed me a lot was they were using the Debo sweep against us, and it was a touchdown multiple times. I'm like, why aren't we doing that anymore? We did it a bunch last year.
Wait, Merrick, Debo tried. His leg was hurting yesterday. We found out at the end of the game. Remember, he tried it twice. They met Debo at the corner. Met him. Whoa. I don't know. If we're not healthy, Kyle, then
It's weird how much our offense got shut down in that second half. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this game finally put the Jimmy haters who want Brock Purdy to start to bed because he looked no better.
No, you got to know the mentality of the people who don't like Jimmy. They think Pee Wee Herman can come out and outplay Jimmy. There's nobody that can outplay Jimmy. So that's just never going to stop. Oh.
Yeah. Wish it would, though.
What really should put in, though, is conservative play calls. You can trust these guys beyond what you're trusting them, though. That's just the bottom line. You got nothing to lose at this point. You're not scoring any points doing it the way you're doing it. So let's go. And stop shotgun, play action. Do anything but just keep them under center because the offensive line is not capable of holding more than 2 seconds. That's the best you can expect from them. That's all there is. No quarterback can operate that quickly. If you do the math, it takes a runner to get off the line of scrimmage a point amount of seconds, right? If you take how much time it takes to get rid of the ball, you need a minimum of 4 seconds. That's all Kyle has to do. Just do the math, Kyle. You've got no protection up front.
You'd think with having a back like McCaffrey, you think like having a back with McCaffrey will hopefully do more play action now.
Hopefully. Because now if you got McCaffrey moving in space, he could have done with Debo as well. Jimmy, you know what Jimmy's percentages were before Kyle started to shut down play action? Do you know he was over 100? His QBR is over 100.
Yeah.
Whenever he goes into play action. So that's why I understand Kyle. You know what he's best at. Sitting up under center is not the thing that he's going to do. Nobody does. Not with the offensive line we got. Get him out of the damn pocket. No, he won't do it. You stand there under center. I'm going to run that play. Okay, good, Kyle. Good. See what happened?
Yeah, I wish Jimmy
takes 2 people to help him up
go
off
off
the ground.
schedule. I wish Jimmy would go off schedule sometimes and like audible or do something, but I don't think he'll do that.
They all act like they're afraid to. They're speaking out though now. You got George Kittle last week said something. Brandon Ayuk added some more this week. You know about Jimmy early in the season in front of everybody, and Kyle acted like he didn't know what he was talking about. I said, Kyle, you're going to get a mutiny. Keep it up. You better let those guys have a little more leverage. Let them have a little more wiggle room. We'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully Kyle changes something because the way we're playing, we might not even beat the Rams, and we own the Rams, or we're supposed to.
How embarrassing is that going to be? Because now the Rams can finally get their wish. They can't beat a healthy 49 football team, but this one's not healthy, so I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea what to expect. Merrick, what's going to happen this weekend?
I'm hoping that the 49ers will have a deep thinking and just think, what are we going to do to get better and not just do the same thing? That's insanity.
Well, I want to believe that.
I'm hoping they'll change the playbook, more running, more play action, less shotgun and under center. Don't do under center.
Even if you do the shotgun every now and then, I'd be happy. At least that sets a quarterback back a distance where he's got some time for his receivers and everybody else to get into a position where he can hit him and you can see the field. No, get him right in the center.
Yeah.
There you go. It's bam, bam. Oh, that's not going to work. Do it again. Yes, of course. We'll see. Merrick, tell you what I'm going to do. I'll see you Wednesday, and we'll all calm down and start to believe again that we can win this game. Remember, we're going to get McCaffrey up to speed this week. There you go.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing.
All right, Merrick. I'll see you Wednesday.
And the Niners Civil War shall continue.
And Traz getting in here kind of late. Traz, come on in.
Rumble.
Trez.
Rumble, I want to do something a little different with you tonight. Okay,
All right.
You ready for this?
I think so.
I want to reverse the tape. I want to interview you. Where are you at on Kyle Shanahan?
Well, you know what? I was riding the fence with a lot of people who want him taken out and shot. But after Edmund came in, I just realized something. That's why Kyle seems to be getting older every week. You know, he comes up a couple of people short every week for some of the things he thinks he can get done. And all of a sudden, they're leaving in the middle of the game. I said, okay, I'm going to try to lighten up on him. That's where I'm at on Kyle. I'm in sympathy mode to some degree.
You're going to give him an extra year.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I didn't think about that far ahead. You want him fired now?
Well, I've been calling to his head.
I know for a long time. So
yeah. People thought I was crazy. But
I got to wait till the end of the season on that. I can answer that much. I got to wait till the end of the season. If he cannot reverse this, I'm that lenient. Then
So I'm saying trailing at the half by any margin, his record is 7-30. That doesn't bother me.
No, 1-30.
Yeah, okay, 1-30. I thought it was 7-30. But let me ask you this: do you think Kyle Shanahan has lost the locker room?
I'm concerned about that because when players are coming out in public and saying the things they're saying, they're not happy with the way the offense is running. Jimmy started this just as he got reinstated. Now you got George Kittle echoing the same thing. Brandon Ayuk is jumping in there. Now, who's going to say something next? Probably Debo. We'll see. And that means you're right.
Okay.
They're losing a little support or belief in what he's doing.
Right. And last question for you, Ronbo. Who would you choose to replace Kyle Shanahan?
See, this is why I have no idea. It's not going to be Sean Payton. I don't think that I just can't imagine that. Maybe, but Sean's on his way to Dallas. I got a feeling. I think that's where he'd rather go.
Let me give you a couple of options. Let's
give me
say
some options.
Airbnb, okay. Let's say promote D'Amico, or let's say Ken Dorsey.
When you say Eric Bieniemy, are you promoting? D'Amico gets promoted to head coach, and Eric comes in as his OC?
No. I'm saying out of those three, who would you choose for your head football coach to replace Kyle? Who would you want to see here?
You said Bieniemy?
I mean, me personally, I think
Dorsey.
we should go back with Harbaugh, but I give you those three to choose from. We put Harbaugh in there.
Harbaugh's in there too? So Harbaugh, Bieniemy, and Dorsey?
Dorsey, yeah, or promote D'Amico to head football coach.
I think D'Amico. I say that because I want that familiarity to stay in-house. Let him hire an OC. I don't know who that would be. Yeah.
Well, see, our philosophy on defense needs to change also, Ronbo. The wide nine.
He can bring somebody else in.
But that wide nine is easy to be ran on.
Well, it's not designed.
That is a fact.
It seems that way now.
Natural fact. Yeah. Well, when you go back and look, at the games, I went back and did my little research. I always do research before I come with facts. We've been getting. Atlanta put the blueprint in on this one. When we got smashed in Atlanta, everybody else just said, "Okay, we're gonna attack the same way." Now I got one more thing for you, Ronbo. Check this out. Why Cal is not tiring out the defense of the other team? What's the best way to tire out a defensive team? By running them east to west, east
to west. You get the line moving, right? East to west, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you try to gash them. You try to gash them on plays.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep running straight up the middle and getting stuck and getting your back hurt, you're not tiring out anybody doing that.
But your running backs.
But your running backs, right? That's what I'm saying. You're not tiring out the opposing defense. So, man, there's a lot of little things, you know, you could critique and go back and look. But see, you know what I said, my ranting and raving, I'm done with all that, man. I'm just done. I'm going to ride the rest of the season. I just calm because I saw this coming, you know. And I told you that once he got Trey hurt. You know what I'm saying? I was done with Kyle Shanahan then. I was done then. But I've been done a long time ago telling we need to fire him, you know. But people thought I was crazy. Now everybody want to come back and say, oh, yeah, Trey's right. Yeah.
But Trish,
I thought this a long time.
We did this last year when we were losing games too. So, yeah, you know, that's why at the end of the season, if he never could fix it, because you got to actually give him the benefit of a doubt until the season ends, because something could change, shift dramatically suddenly, and then he'd get all the credit again.
Well, you're talking 6 years, 2 NFC appearances and a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
How long you gonna ride that?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of teams that can't say that. So that's what the thing is. This is a hard league.
Yeah, but this is what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I view. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was only as good as the season ahead of you. You know, like what are you producing now?
But Tress, out of 6 years, a lot of teams can't even come close to that kind of accomplishment. And when I say a lot of teams, I'm talking most of them. So
but we're not that type. We're not that type of organization that we're going to go out here and just not put a good product on the field.
Well, that's true.
Throughout my history of being a Niner fan, I've never seen that from this organization.
Well, that's true.
I mean, we had our down years. We had our down years. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you know, we didn't stay there. We're not going to stay there. We're not going to be the Detroit
mediocre
Lions
forever
of the league.
No, we've only been down nearly that low when Jimmy Tom Sula was and Chip Kelly were running things. But yeah, you're right. We've had a couple here and there, sprinklings of 2 and 14 years, but you know, Jed likes Kyle. It's going to be good luck with trying to get
the smoking gun just revolves around Kyle Shanahan, man. I mean, like the team being undisciplined. Yeah. The team being unprepared. Oh. I mean, the list goes on and on, Ronbo. I mean, the play call is stale. You know, the no creativity in the offense anymore. It's just, and I do understand that he has changed a lot of his coaching staff, and you know, a lot of guys are out of here now, and that does play a part. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man, this is what you paid the big dollars for. This is why you have that HC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to produce, man. You know, like they say, Ronbo.
This is a winners league only. What have you done lately is all anybody cares about.
Right.
But trust we got to go, though.
I ain't gonna.
Good stuff.
All right, Ronbo, but Kyle Shanahan ain't gonna have to shit to get off the pot, Ronbo. Yeah. He's gonna have to shit to get off the pot. One of those. All right, so have a good man. See you out.
Yeah, you too, Wesley. I'll see you, Wesley Tress. All right.
All right.
Night, fam.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know. Well, you know, it's interesting, though. This year's a little shift from last year because no matter what happened last year, it was always Jimmy. Now this year, I had a feeling it would go this way this year, though. Now Jimmy and Kyle get beat up together. Mr. Block Eye says, hot seat minus temperature raising IJS discipline is a must. And that's true, too. We do have to worry, though. As soon as the team stops buying into the philosophy of Kyle Shanahan, that is going to be very seriously bad. That means they're going to run amok and do things that are unsupportive. They take the mindset of, oh, you know, no matter what, this ain't going to work, but we got to go out here and go through the motions because we are being paid as professionals. When that starts to, because when they were buying into the program, anything was possible. And last year, that's exactly what happened. 3-5, and they still came back to compete all the way to the end of the season. that's a team that really still believes in what's going on with the 49ers. So we're going to see. As I say, we fired we fired Shanahan last year when he lost, and we're firing him again this week. So let's see what happens, I guess. Jed, that's what he's going to do. He's going to reevaluate at the end of the season. He's not going to fire him in the middle of the season. We'll see. Anyway, fam, thanks for those contributions tonight. Appreciate that. My homeboy, you don't really expect me to talk to you. Come on. I don't talk to you on better days. Of course I'm not going to talk to you. Anyway, fam, hit the like. We're talking, hit the like for the reasons that we're together, so happy together. And subscribe. We have this kind of fun all the time. You'll want to be notified when we get ready to do it again. Have a great night. I'll see you Wednesday. No!